I see that Michael Catanzaro is having a birthday today. You know what that means? Everything else will wait. Nikita, your dad's song is going to come first in tonight's agenda. Happy Niners birthday, Michael. Happy we're going to win it this year like we said last year again. Michael, happy. And Michael, you know that 40. You know what? I'd feel better if your 49th birthday was coming right now because that makes, there's those things that float around in space that would come together to make the 49ers a winner this year. No, we don't need it. We don't need it. We're winning it anyway. Happy Niners birthday, Mike. You guys don't know how much I enjoy doing that. You know, if you don't want to hear that noise, don't tell me about a birthday. You know I get excited. Phil, how you doing? Everything all right tonight? Yeah. NFL quarterback cash standard. Man, it's amazing, huh? It doesn't always have a lot to do with the talent of the individual quarterback that's being paid. Now, Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback. I'll be damned if he's that good. Oh, my God. Jaguars Trevor Lawrence payday impact regarding 49ers Brock Purdy. Yeah. And everybody else is playing quarterback in the NFL. I always see Jerry Jones now. Yeah, Dak. Yeah. Don't get no ideas, Dak. Now, you know, if you can get out of the excuse me? I'm just saying, if you can get out of the regular season and win me a playoff game, I'd be grateful to you. And I might be able to pad your pocket if you stop making me mad. And so, you know, this is like every owner of the league right now has got to be concerned about it. Well, maybe not, because I don't know I don't know what the thinking is behind letting that standard just go wild. Pretty soon you'll be paying your entire cap just to the quarterback. It would seem. But it's going to expand next year, so maybe not. I don't know. But the entire football community, is especially the Niners, just witnessed the Jags. Trevor Lawrence agreed to 5 years, $275 million extension that includes $200 million guaranteed, and $142 million of that is guaranteed promise, which I, of course, did not know the difference because I always thought there's 2 levels of guarantee. So when I read that contract, what? Well, which one is it? Can an assumption be made if Brock Purdy makes it healthy through 2024 season about what his cash value will be in light of Lawrence's payday? You bet your sweet booty. Also, NBC Sports, Chris Sims has declared Jordan Love not only to be the better quarterback between him and Brock Purdy, he believes the Niners would have indeed won the Super Bowl had Love been in the red and gold uniform on that fateful championship Sunday of the previously past season. Oh, Chris, I used to like you, too, just because your connection with Kyle Shanahan, but you're starting to get on my nerves, really something really bad. So to the phones we go to ruminate over Brock Purdy's latest raise, upcoming raise, should I say, due to Trevor Lawrence's lottery-like payday. Also, has Coach Shanahan's NBC buddy Chris Sims lost his damn mind regarding Brock Purdy? But, hey, look at the base of the screen. You'll see the phone number and the PIN number as well. And get on in here and let's discuss the 49ers like we love to do. Anyway, the Jags and quarterback Trevor Lawrence agreed to a massive contract extension that was first reported by ESPN's Adam Schefter yesterday. You wouldn't have believed it, right? Sounds insane, crazy, doesn't it? I mean, as I say, this is not about how good the quarterback acts is. He needs to be some kind of substantial, of course. But these are figures that, my God, can you imagine what Joe Montana and some of the guys from way back in the day were thinking? Hell, I'm a better quarterback than he is, and I never got close to that kind of money, right? We can surmise right now that Lawrence still will be one that Brock Purdy would be operating off of in his contract negotiations next offseason. Some people are going as far as Matt Mayoka's gone as far as to say, well, that's a floor from where Brock Purdy is going to take off from. Really? You know, because, we could be thinking things like, oh, man, come on, Brock Purdy's not that kind of a guy. He's not, because what we see of Brock Purdy, we see this innocent, almost choir boy-like kind of thing going on. Until he's on the field, though, Brock does get fired up. But you just never imagine him coming in to negotiate and say, listen, I'm going to have to be paid a lot more money than Trevor Lawrence got paid because I feel like I'm doing way more for this team than he is. And without me, this team's, he's not that kind of guy. So it looks that way, right? But we don't know who his agent is. Does anybody familiar with Brock Purdy's agent? I've never heard about an agent involved with Brock Purdy because there's never been a need for one, right? Not yet, but there will be, right? And you know that dude's going to come in, do the Nino Brown. Brock, let me handle this. Am I my brother's keeper? You know, and so now he's going to go into the 49ers, and I'm telling you right now, fam, it's going to get bloody. T. Lawrence, number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, and earned a 5-year extension. $275 million, $142 million that guaranteed. His $55 million average annual value matches Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow for the most in the NFL. Is Trevor Lawrence as good as Joe Burrow? See, this is what I'm talking about. His guarantees come in just behind Burrow's $146,510,000 and just ahead of Lamar Jackson at $135 million. Is Trevor Lawrence better than Lamar Jackson too? See, it's not about that. See, that's what frightens me more than anything else. It has nothing to do with your talent. It's you're the quarterback, you're number 1 guy, you're a franchise quarterback, you're going to get franchise quarterback money. Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson, laid back. He ain't did a damn thing in how many years? He's getting paid more than any quarterback in the NFL. $230 million guaranteed. That's insanity. Okay, but there appears to be an understanding around the league that his deal will not be any kind of a standard set. In fact, the Browns are probably still getting flack. Can you imagine everybody showing up at a meeting, all the owners? So how's Deshaun doing? You mother, you started something. And somebody have to hold Jerry back, right? I love to be watching that, though. For Purdy, who finished 4th in MVP voting last year in his first full season as a starter, he'll likely have a floor in the Burrow-Lawrence range, assuming he's as good or better than he was in 2023. And he's got a that was a good year last year. So Brock's got his work cut out for him. If BP progresses, his floor may come down a little bit. But chances are we'll see some level of improvement since he'll have a full offseason this year and his arsenal of weapons. Man, John, when you look at Brock Purdy's weapons, man, you remember Rambo? I mean, Jalen probably doesn't know who Rambo is, but man, Rambo, man, before he get ready to go out to kick butt, remember, bullet belt, knife over here, knife down in his pant leg, right? The dude is just ready to go. I mean, that's why they call him Rambo. That's Brock Purdy. Brock should come out with a scarf tied around his head, too. My God, he's got weaponry. And have you seen Ricky Pearsall working out? Oh! I can't wait to see the season get started. Brock is, I'm telling you, man, fam, any kind of uptick in production from his super efficient 2023 campaign could easily push his AAVS, annual average salary, up to $60 million. Maybe more. Get ready for it, fam. It's going to happen. We're going to start worrying like we do. Can we afford any other players? See, I'm starting to understand and trust. Never mind, I'm not going to tell you that because you can talk bad about me if I tell you about how I feel about John Lynch. And never mind. Anyway, a contract in the range of 5 years and $300 million. Could be a reality if Mrs. Purdy's baby boys is as good or better in 2024 than he was a season ago. Fam, he's warranted that. He would be. Weapons be damned. He still got it done. That's the nature of starting quarterback contracts. This is the way it is. The going rate is whatever the latest deal was, and that's where it's based from. As with all NFL contracts, it'll be the guarantees that matter the most. So get over the APY, family. It's the guarantees. The guy could be being paid less APY and getting more guaranteed. That's what's going to matter to that guy more than anything else. Can you imagine Tua Tagovailoa's getting? Isn't he up? They've been talking about Tua recently. BP's resume, though, is better than Lawrence's and on par with Burrow's. It wouldn't be a surprise at all to see Purdy's guarantee come in around $150 million mark with $300 million max value. He's going to get GoFundMe. He's going to be started here. And, of course, all those numbers could be null and void depending on how the contracts shake out. As I mentioned, for Tua Tagovailoa in Miami, or Chris Sims' favorite dude, Jordan Love, over in Green Bay. We'll get to him in a minute. But and, yes, no matter how this matter plays out, we can expect this will mark a sizable change for the Niners and how they construct the roster going forward. the luxury of 49ers is we've been looking at our roster, looking at other people's rosters. Man, come on, man. They ain't got no chance. You guys are meat. And usually they were meat. Every team we played. Except when we got to the playoffs and suddenly things went a little bit south. But we persevered. I don't want to persevere anymore, though. That defense has got to come back. We have the team's identity is about that defense, and the defense completely abandoned us a few times toward the end of that season. They've been able to spend big at other spots as the last few years because their quarterback has been cheap by NFL standards. Even Jimmy G's deal wasn't near the top of market by the time his final years with the club came around. Having a quarterback making money right along with the NFL's top quarterbacks will put a ton of onus now on Purdy to pick up some of the slack when the roster becomes less expensive at other spots. So this is why I'm the 49ers drafting ability, aside from the offensive line, is not bad. So we can keep some youngsters around that might be talented. Ricky Pearsall might be just the beginning. We haven't seen Cowing yet. I can't wait to see what he looks like. Ricky Pearsall's getting the spotlight right now way ahead of everybody else and everybody time. I'm hoping Jawan Jennings, who you can expand his contract a little without going over into that elite money, but he is elite. So that's what how you feeling that Niner fam? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Give me some on that. Give me some. Wait, really quickly, let me go over Chris Sims because he's making me crazy. Every time I look into the dailies, there he is saying something that makes me want to slap him in the mouth with a beef tongue. My country showed on that one. Now, you know what a beef tongue is, right? Anyway. Because Chris Sims ain't feeling it about Brock Purdy. Kyle's bro over at NBC Sports entered the world of hypotheticals this week. He's gone that far. He's not even talking facts now. He's gone into He asserted that the Niners would have not suffered the agony of defeat in Super Bowl 58 with one video game-like change at quarterback. Click, 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 click. Boink. Chris, man, what the hell is wrong with you? What are you talking about? Chris has already started his campaign for Jordan Love of the Pack as a better quarterback. Jordan Love is a good quarterback. I'm not saying anything bad about it, but you know what? Sims declared that the Niners would win the Lombardi Trophy with Love at the signal call of Shanahan's offense instead of Brock Purdy. Per Tristy Rodriguez of NBC Sports Bay Area. Sims said on the Chris Sims unbutton, and Chris, you need to button that shirt up, unbutton that shirt. Quote, if Jordan Love played in the Super Bowl, the Niners would be the Super Bowl champions, unquote. Good Lord, move over Nick Wright. Your vice president has just showed up in the name of Chris Sims. Because, this is not the first time he's saying. Sims just recently was blasted by our people for placement of Purdy in his latest edition of by the way, it lacks any integrity whatsoever, Chris. I'm done with your I used to listen to you and pay attention. I thought you were kind of sharp. But your annual top 40 quarterback ranking, that was just straight up hate. Chris rudely placed BP in at number 17. Now, some of the quarterbacks ahead of him, Brock outplayed him last year. I'm sorry, Chris. It is what it is. The numbers aren't lying. You are. Man, 17 on the list, while he ranked Love at 13. Why? Sims' ranking evaluation stems from this. His criticism of Purdy's motion, among other traits, saying it's very floppy, and the arms go everywhere, and it takes him a minute to kind of get loaded up to throw the ball. And that's definitely a negative about his game, unquote. You got to have really a sense of humor to be a 49er fan, don't you? Especially if you pay attention to what's going on in the news. Sims explains his Super Bowl take saying, quote, Jordan Love, what he did at the end of the year. The last 10 weeks of the season, they took the training wheels off. And he played at a phenomenally high level. And he really was asked to do more than Purdy was, definitely on a physical basis, unquote. Meanwhile, Chris, the Niners' path to the Super Bowl involved taking Love and the Packers out in dramatic fashion during the divisional round and the playoffs at Levi's. You don't care, do you, how hard Brock Purdy fought back in the duel of the two quarterbacks that you have brought into question. The Niners were the NFC top seed, while the Packers were the number 7 seed. Purdy had to help engineer a remarkable comeback to move his team on to the NFC Championship game, of course, which we struggled again, but we came out. Chris believes Purdy was outperformed in the playoff matchup. Sims even said, quote, if you went back to the NFC divisional game, Jordan Love had the 2 interceptions at the end of the game. Jordan Love in that game played better than Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy should have thrown 7 interceptions. See, there it is. He should have thrown 7 interceptions. There's no... He got lucky that night. We'd all be talking differently if Green Bay could catch. It was not a good night. When the Niners' offense is working all cylinders, there's not a lot that Purdy does to bring the offense back up. He's the quarterback, Chris. Now, he does more than Jimmy Garoppolo used to do, and it's definitely an improvement in all areas, but I'd like to see some more, unquote. Chris, have you ever thought about the Packers defense versus the 49ers defense in some of those games? It's not all about the offense, Chris. You played ball for how long? Your dad was who? What are you talking? You're talking like somebody who knows nothing about the game. That makes no sense. So yeah, Chris Sims. I had to get that off my chest. I'm running around the house screaming and yelling, Mr. Black Ice, decisions to make, but we got it roster-wise. We do, Mr. Black Ice, but that is a topic of subject right there. Will we continue to have a roster with the quarterback taking the lion's share of the funds? There's going to be some people we can't afford anymore. This is what's scaring me, and hopefully the 49ers will figure this one out. Matty S. up in beautiful Bend, Oregon.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, buddy.
Matty.
Well, okay. We got stuff to talk about, bro.
Jump right on it.
I've just been listening to you, man. I mean, I got all sorts, and then I'm reading the chat. There's a bunch of idiots in here tonight.
Oh, we get them. We never fail.
It's like an insect trap.
Yeah, flies. It's just buzzing around. Buzzards. We need a couple of apex predators. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that's funny. Anyways, Ronbo, the quarterback, man. I don't know. You just kind of wonder like what's going on in Brock Purdy's mind as far as like, have you taken a feather out of the cap of someone like Tom Brady, or are you going?
Everybody's
or
wishing
you just gonna rob the bank and just stick them up? Just give me all your money.
Like, I can't see it. I can't see that, Matty. But I really can't see him doing that. Not him.
I hope not, man, because you can do so much if you don't.
And I'm sure he's aware of that. I don't see Brock Purdy being that way. Let's see if he calls his dog off midway through the because his dog's going to come in barking loud. 70 million a year.
Detroit versus everybody.
Nobody. No Detroit.
Jared got paid. Not bad. What do you get? 50, 51, 52? Somewhere between 51 and 53, right?
Yeah, and I'm thinking,
Detroit,
if he
crayons.
Go ahead, Pat.
Yeah, I think something like that, man. It's silly. I mean, because at the end of the day, like maybe you take something less on paper, but at the end of the day, maybe a lot of it's guaranteed.
Sure.
Maybe you get some upfront bonuses. You can spread that big money around.
Put an easy to make incentive package in there that's worth just huge amounts of money. Yeah.
He's going to throw some sweet bombs, man. Give him some incentives to perform because he's going to. He'll get paid.
Weapons. Sure he does. This guy's got it made.
So
he's looking healthy out there.
And then I was thinking about, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, you keep him healthy, man. But then I was also thinking about our running backs, man. And we've got so many weapons this year, dude. There's no reason to take your foot off the gas of McCaffrey, just ever so slightly. I mean, you still want to run the shit out of him. Don't get me wrong. He knows what he's there for.
He didn't promise, but Kyle mentioned it.
But
we're going to lighten the load on him. Okay, well, good, Kyle. Because midway through the season, we're going to call you on this. If McCaffrey's up to 20 carries a day or a week, then we're going to tell you about it. Okay. Don't lie, Kyle.
Well, yeah. Yeah, and especially when you look at the running back room. I mean, come on, man. I think they'll be fine.
We agree.
And then when you stuff Elijah Mitchell in there real quick. You know,
Sparingly.
they won't. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know who they're going to keep, though. We got to break down that running back room. Who are you keeping, Matty? Right now, could you just name off the top of your head? Can you
Oh,
imagine?
geez.
It's tough.
Huh.
We got so much talent.
A real tough decision. So much talent. I guess, in a sense, I mean, it's a good. In the running back room, I really believe it's a good problem to have, because it seems like that's one of those spots where we really lose our ass sometimes.
Yeah, because guys get hurt. I mean, you got Guarindo,
Yeah.
you got the two guys that are already on the team, or three guys, should I say? And everybody's looking at Cody Schrader. I want to know what they're talking about. I can't wait until season starts. I want to see him get loose out there. This guy's they define he's a football player. Forget about the 40 times and all that other trash. Watch this guy play. I can't wait. I can't.
Dude, we're so much better than people really think we are. I think we're better than we think we are.
Actually, that's probably true. Have you lost any faith in the 49ers, Matty?
None. I've actually gained confidence.
Mm-hmm. So, we're going to compete.
And I'm not even tripping on this whole Aiyuk thing, because I figured it'll get. I'm just a nobody. I'm just a fan. Like it'll figure itself out, man. I'm just gonna assume that the management and the front office of people that know what they're doing will get it figured out, man. I mean, he wants to be a 49er. I know he'd like to stick around Debo. He likes
winning.
He likes Purdy. So chemistry's there.
He's got to stand strong, trying to get his money, while John Lynch is running around with the huge dimples collapsing. No, we feel very confident about getting this deal done. Well, John, it's June.
Yeah.
No, it's not a problem. Okay.
Yeah, not a problem.
God,
they'll figure it out.
Whoa.
So what do we have? What do we have next for practice?
Well, July. I mean, everybody comes in. That camp is mandatory. So.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, that's what I was wondering. That's okay. July.
Any opinions on Chris Sims, who's so I don't know. Maybe Brock was invited over with Kyle or something. Peed in his cornflakes. I don't understand this. Constant tax.
I can't figure it out, because I know he'll always he always seems to pull for the 49ers. He always claims he's some big friend with Kyle. So I don't know. You'd think he would just. I mean, how much more? I'm almost sick of this Brock Purdy trash talk, man. Like
4,000.
If he comes out and just slams, just kills it this year, like, what are you going to say? What are you going to say?
If he eclipses 4,000 yards again and still trash him at the end of the year, then it's just completely bogus. And he's just doing it to be doing it. Because he just hate the 49ers so bad. Oh, look at all the weapons he's got. Hell, I could go out there and quarterback that team. No, you couldn't. No.
Oh. No, you couldn't.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so, man. That doesn't even sound right.
No, it's just a big.
It's like they don't even hear the words that are coming out of their own mouths, dude.
I gotta stop watching them. Anyway, Matty, I'll say, it's already Sunday. That's what I like about Friday. Sunday comes quick. All right.
Yeah, it does. It does come quick, man. Yeah, I'll see you in a couple of days, man.
Looking forward to it, Matty.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, buddy. Have a good night, man.
You too, Matty.
Have a good night, everybody in the chat. Good night, Ronbo.
And don't forget to say
moderator.
Don't forget to say happy birthday to Mike. Did you say it?
Oh yeah, happy birthday, buddy.
All right. Night, Matty.
Night, buddy.
Let's see. All-Star Luna says Love was 10-9. What are we talking about? Brock is already better than him. All-Star Luna, that's what I'm talking about. What is Chris Sims? What are you talking? Chris Sims, like everybody else, is saying, well, if you gave the same weapons to Jordan Love as Brock Purdy has, like everybody else says, then they would be better. Well, they're not. What could Brock do? Some of you guys need to sit down so I can get some love for winning these games. Right. So, Black Guys, by the way, Purdy, 4,280 passing yard in 23. To Sims, 3,117 career. That's what's wrong with Chris. Chris he's a wannabe. Steven, come on in. I didn't know Chris Sims had that bad of an average. I'm talking average. I mean, his career. How long did Chris play? Steven. Steven, oh, it's time for chill pill. Phil. Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil, I'm delighted you got here tonight. Phil, help me understand how we afford, because we haven't seen a quarterback paid like this. Jimmy was paid, but we still had money because it was the beginning of all of this. But we didn't have a room full of just all pros at every other position, right? Now we do.
Well,
Phil, how's this going to
we're
work
going
out?
to lose some guys, all right?
Yeah,
Let's face it.
Yeah.
I think Debo, after this year, will be gone. I think they're going to sign Brandon. It's going to be Brandon and
Ricky.
The other two wide receivers that we,
Ricky Cowing.
that we've got on the team. So, and what's his name, Conley or whatever.
Everybody likes. Conley's got a fan club. We all like Chris. I mean, not Chris. I forget his name, but everybody loves
got
Conley.
The numbers are out of reach for Brandon Aiyuk. He's going to request a trade.
What was that?
They're gonna, signing Brandon Aiyuk is a reach. He's going to request a trade. He likes it here.
Come on,
Yeah.
dude. You don't know math.
Yeah, because Brandon likes it
They're
here.
gonna
He's
sign
not
Brandon
trying to
Aiyuk
leave.
Long term. Just watch. It's gonna happen.
Phil, since we're cutting the fat, and we're all aware of it. That I'm in denial. I don't want to see. I'm used to this team. Who's going to leave?
Contracts that they're going to get rid of, no doubt.
Renewals. George Kittle, is he coming back?
Yeah.
No, I already know.
If you restructure
A lot.
Even Trent. There was rumor Trent wants a new contract.
Yeah.
Which means
they can't
he may
substantiate
play
that, though.
longer, but that means they can stretch his money out longer. So
Kind of helps the
there
team.
are ways
doesn't it?
around it. The way they do signing bonuses and then void years, they can stretch this stuff out so it doesn't impact the cap that much.
Yeah.
And
just pay him when he's still paying when he's 95 years
I know
old.
the cap's going up because my ticket prices go up every year. So anyway.
Yeah.
And as far as Phil Simms goes,
Oh.
this is what my theory is on this. He's been working with Florio so long.
Oh, I forgot.
He became the dumber of the dumb and dumber.
Florida's actually toned it down a bit recently. But look at Chris. He's just taking off.
All right, so Brock Purdy has won 21 games and lost 3 so far in his career.
But Jordan Love's a better quarterback.
Trevor Lawrence has won 20 games and lost 30 in his career.
And how many years has he been out there?
This is his 5th year.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brock Purdy's only 2 years.
Yeah.
And 1.5 to be exact, but
True.
he's got more wins and a lot more playoff wins.
Mm-hmm. So
I mean, it's just ridiculous. And, I don't even listen to it anymore.
yeah,
Brock's going to get paid. Depends upon, whether he wants a team-friendly contract or he wants to beg. If he wants a team-friendly contract, I think he makes more money in the long term.
Yeah.
Because his ability to have commercials and endorsements is huge if you win.
Oh
If
yeah.
you don't win in the NFL, you're not going to get that stuff.
Anyway, I mean, if I owned a company that I needed an I needed an endorsement, and I'd have my people go, hey, listen, if we can get Brock Purdy for this, the guy just represents something that people just will connect with. He really does. I mean,
But it all goes away, Ronbo, if you're on a losing team.
yeah.
It all goes away. Tom Brady understood that. So,
but that speech he gave, that
Yeah,
really
that's what you
fired me
gotta
up. That what he made the other day. Wow, Tom, damn, that's enlightening, bro. You inspired every athlete in the country, even if they're not playing football. That was awesome.
so Ronbo, that's 2 years from now. That's light years away.
Yeah.
I mean, this year we've got the best roster in football by far.
Yeah.
I mean, Kansas City has to let some guys go. And just, to say Brock Purdy's not a great quarterback is saying, okay, Andy Reid, you're not a good coach. And Patrick Mahomes didn't have anybody around him, therefore Tyreek was crap. and Kelsey was crap, and everybody around him was crap.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Give me a break.
Well, we got to stop. I guess we got to stop reacting to it because it's not going to stop until that team is gutted and he's out there winning with nothing.
Once he wins the Super Bowl, then everybody's going to shut up.
No, they're going to say it was because of his support. What was that guy that was over and before Travis Kelce? Who was running the Jaguars? What was that quarterback's name? Oh, he got trampled just before he left. They gave all the love and glory to his support group, and called him trash, and he had no business coming here in the first round pick to begin with. What is that guy? I think he's out of the league now. Actually, I've not heard his name in forever.
On what team?
The Jags. Remember that quarterback?
Before Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah. Remember that quarterback back in Blake Bortles. That's it. Thanks, Tony.
Bortles.
Blake. Remember? When's the last time you heard Blake Bortles' name?
Burnell. It doesn't matter. I mean, guys come and go, but I don't think Trevor Lawrence has played all that well. Really
he's okay. I mean, he's not bad.
He hasn't won any playoff games. And,
no.
He won one, I think, and then lost the next game. But, he's below 500 as a quarterback.
Yeah.
Doesn't set any records like Brock Purdy has done,
Phil, there's no justification for what he got paid. Not really, other than the fact that the quarterback, which position he plays, that's what you get paid when you're the quarterback. You got to get paid more than the quarterback before you.
Going out of control. Sooner or later, the bubble's going to burst.
Well, it did with Deshaun.
Look at J.J. Jefferson. He went way above the wide receiver market. So, I mean, some of these teams, that's why they're losers.
And at the owner's party,
Jared Goff isn't as good as Brock Purdy. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But
Phil,
look at the playoff games.
And I imagine the owners get together. Well, to Phil, but what are the owners saying to each other? Let's say after that Deshaun Watson deal, you got the Jefferson deal. They didn't have to go that far. They went way above board.
Talk to each other.
Huh? You don't see them talking?
I know Jerry Jones is pissed off right now because he hasn't paid any of his players, and the price tag's going up through the roof.
Yes, Jerry Jones is my only comedy relief because I look at all the madness that's going on around us, and then you think about what if you were Jerry Jones? What if we were Jerry Jones? We're complaining. What if you're Jerry Jones?
Yeah. No, I think the extension to McCaffrey was really good. It saved us some money and got 2 more years of contract, which is about right for him for a running back. And he's a lot cheaper than a top wide receiver, and he's better than the top wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean, his importance to the team is just whoo.
So anyway, we're in good shape, Ronbo. We've got the best running back room in the league. We've got the best wide receiver room in the league.
It's starting to look like that.
We've got the best cornerback room in the league now. That's going to be interesting because we've got some players now. There's going to be some competition back there in the corners. Mooney and Diamago are going to be solid, but then that next player that got him or the guy we drafted
the guys
round.
Yeah, Phil.
So there's going to be some.
It's going to be hardcore competition. We got to stop Diamador. Phil, we got to go. I'll be back Sunday. Let's continue.
All right, Ronbo. Okay,
Thanks.
Talk to you later.
Thanks, Phil. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Right. Bye. Let's go back and see if we get Steven. Hey, Steven. Steven Scarlett and Romer, they got him down.
Like I said, Niners aren't going to sign Brandon Aiyuk because the numbers are too far off. And if Brandon Aiyuk takes a deal that's under what he wants, significantly under than what he wants, he's going to look like a fool. And
Steven?
So,
yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. Go ahead. You were talking about Brandon Aiyuk losing face if he takes a deal?
Yep.
Yeah.
If he takes a deal that's under what he wants, and I mean like a significant amount, because apparently they're $4 million away from a deal, and he doesn't want to budge, or his agent doesn't want to budge. But if they can't come to a consensus, now that the bar is set for, Brock Purdy and his payday, I mean, shit, I wouldn't be surprised if we can't sign anybody in the future. But
that's $80
hopefully,
million.
Brock Purdy. That's guaranteed money, Rambo.
Well, but it's not against the cap. Remember the cap and the annual every year, everything. The cap hit it's a different formula, right? So you don't have to really look at the number quite that point blank.
Yeah, I don't know. The way they do their math over in the NFL is very strange.
It's a new math.
I mean, you would think 2 + 2 equals 4, right? But to them, 2 + 2 equals like 5. Carry the 4, all that bullshit. Yeah. But in reality, I mean, like I said, I think what's going to happen, Ronbo, is this is Debo and Brandon Aiyuk's last season with the Niners. And I say this because you don't just draft 2 wide receivers thinking like, oh yeah, everything should be fine, it's just backup. But then you sign the potential MVP of the Super Bowl, re-sign him, sign your golden boy, which would be Christian McCaffrey, re-sign Chris Connolly, and I mean, it's just and keep Danny Gray and still have Ronnie Bell on the roster. You don't just do that. You don't just go, oh yeah, I'm going to draft 2 receivers in the first round.
Yeah, but
that
Steven,
doesn't make any sense.
It does for the fact that they've got to plan for the future. Steven, remember one thing: the 49ers cannot not win the Super Bowl this year. It's over. There's no more fooling around. You had your last chance. You can't afford to get rid of your best players just yet. Brandon Aiyuk's going to sign for 28, by the way. I already see that coming. It's a poker game. They're sitting there bluffing each other. Brandon said, I need $30 million. 49 said, we got 26. All right. Don't call me when you guys are ready to be serious. All right, Brandon, let's go halfway. Meet each other halfway. We'll go 28. He'll take that. I guarantee he'll take that. Because he doesn't lose face.
But if he ends up, here's the issue, though. Niners got PTSD re-signing a lucrative deal for a wide receiver because of Debo. And I don't blame that. They would rather see if he can do it again.
Wait, the Niners
got
what?
PTSD.
Oh, PTSD.
Post-traumatic stress disorder. By signing Debo to that crazy deal, only for him to not do what he did prior to that signing.
It was partly their fault, though.
They're kind of, I mean, you gotta be kind of careful. You don't want to repeat the same mistake because, when we did that, we were thinking, Debo is going to do exactly what he did. And instead, what happened is unfortunately, he got injured and missed the majority of the games, or he just didn't make a lot of his plays. He wasn't breaking through barriers like he was.
Honestly, though, Steven, what if they would have stopped assing around and get that deal done sooner, like they're doing now, and let Debo go out and train?
That's true.
Yeah, I was just saying, so it's not all his fault. Debo would have been working. He likes to work out in the offseason. He doesn't have a problem with that. But he was a little distraught. It wasn't focused. He was distracted by the fact that he thought the 49ers were messing with him. I don't know why these guys always think the 49ers are messing with him. Fred Warner's the only guy that didn't think that. But the Debo did. And he was so afraid, his confidence is so low that he thought he wasn't getting paid, so he went crazy. All right, he acted out. And now he's not training, he's not working, he's not doing what he should be doing. This is why Debo looked as bad as he did. Because Debo is a better football player than what we saw that year.
Oh, absolutely. And it's like, it seemed like because he didn't get signed right away, I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it why the Niners were waiting for him to sign to see what the other competition. Obviously, the other competition is going to sign a significant deal, and then the next person is going to top that, and the next person. It's kind of like look what I got. It's a pissing contest.
It is.
Money. That's what it is.
I'm so sick of that. The Niners get right into it.
Yeah, they shoot themselves in the foot every time. Every time. I mean, you can't really do anything with Brock because he's still on his rookie contract. But with Brandon Aiyuk, if you knew what the receiver market was going to cost, you would have signed him before Jefferson. You would have signed him before CD. You would have signed him before a lot of the players that were in his class. So that way he could get the most acceptable dollar amount per quality. But instead, what they did, they're like, we're going to wait. I don't know if it's, the Niners organization say we're going to wait and see how much he's going to request, or if it was Brandon Aiyuk's agent talking in his ear like, hey, bet the house. Let's see what happens. Because agents will do that. Agents are whores for money. That's what they are.
Yeah.
You know, they will pimp themselves out no matter how hard. I mean, have you seen the movie Jerry Maguire?
Yeah, no.
Literally, that's what an agent does.
I believe it, because the fact is, he gets paid. If my client gets paid, I get paid. It becomes also that motivating factor as well.
Exactly. So it's like, I mean, and the Niners should have just said, "Hey, here's an offer in the beginning. You would take it or leave it. Done." And I guarantee you, his agent and him would have said, "You know what? Let's go 2 more." And the Niners should have said, "You know what? Fine. Here's an extra 2. Have a good night."
Well,
it would be detrimental.
Well, yeah, you're right, because the fact of the matter is, the 49ers are being nice negotiating with him. They don't have to. It's not. The 5th-year option is still ours, and so the 49ers can take their time about how much money they want to see if they can hold back on, and they're going to do that. And you knew they would.
Exactly.
I just didn't know how long it was going to be. And the more impatient, the more impatient we get. Everybody's getting, including Brandon Aiyuk.
Well, here's the thing, Ronbo. I'll be straight-faced as much as possible. I don't think Brandon Aiyuk is going to get signed this season. What I think is going to happen, this is why I say this. I think what's going to happen is he's going to play the full season, right? He's going to show, look, I'm worth that money. Give me my bag. I deserve it. And then they're going to trim the fat one way or another. They're probably going to get rid of Debo, which all signs point that way. You know, even he knew he was probably going to get traded. And he knew he was okay with it. He was like, look, I didn't give my best these past couple of seasons. Ever since I got signed, it's whatever. I get it. It's business. But I think they're going to use that 5th-year option for Brandon, have him go crazy during the season, and if the number is still out of reach, then it is what it is. It is what it is.
It's risky, though, Stephen. It is risky, though, because now you still got places that are going to call. If Brandon Aiyuk has one of those blockbuster years, Kendrick Bourne is over in New England. Hey, I'm chatting them up over here, Brock. If they don't want to pay you, you can get paid in New England. It's a little colder over here, but still.
Here's the thing, though. BA has been known for wanting to win more than get paid. So if he can get best of both worlds, I guarantee you he'll probably, I swear, he might go to the AFC, and it's not going to be New England.
Yeah, I agree.
Baltimore, it may go to the Chargers. He wants to go where they're going to win. Regardless of whether or not they win a Super Bowl, he wants a winning team, a consistent team.
No doubt about it. Steve, we got to stop. I'll see you Sunday, and let's get back on it. All right?
I don't know. I'll see you Sunday.
Looking forward to it, Stephen. My best, a little Scarlet in Rome, and Mama Stephen. Let me give everybody Mama this. Night, Stephen.
No, you have a good night. I'll talk to you Sunday.
Looking forward to it. Night, Stephen. And guys, here we head out to Tennessee for the Dragon Clan leader, the chief cook and bottle washer. He is Papa Dragon. Pop.
Hey, Ronbo. Man,
Baba.
you sure know a lot about me.
Yeah, I know, you know.
Let's talk some Brock Purdy today. How does that sound?
You know, it sounds like it's always going to be the case. He is the quarterback. Oh, my God, he's going to get paid.
Let's talk some Brock Purdy real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is off of NFL.com. This is Brock Purdy's weaknesses. Okay?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, pocket setup lacks quickness. 2, field blindness occasionally robs him of seeing the big play.
He is smart.
3, delivery is labored. 4, lacks timing to beat NFL corners outside the numbers. Shies away from tight window throws. Ball needs to come out sooner on deep ball shots. And last but not least, confidence and consistency have been issues. Does that sound like Brock Purdy?
No, not entirely.
Not at all.
You know,
not at all.
There may be a couple of things that may be questionable, but no. You know, yeah.
No.
Chris Sims reads those, and it takes him to be the gospel. So, yeah, but go ahead. And that's a lot of what he says as well.
I'm looking at Chris Sims' list, and it's quite clear with some of the people that's ahead of him, he's not really taking account of the important factors of being a quarterback in NFL. So if you look at this from a physical standpoint, Brock Purdy is about where he should be physically. However, if you were to take into account his intelligence, his processing, and his accuracy, on this list, he should be probably number 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
And that's me keeping it 100% real.
Yeah.
When I say 2 or 3, he processes better than the number 2 quarterback, who's Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? He may not process maybe he's pretty close to Joe Burrow, but the way that Joe Burrow carved this up the last time, I got to give a lot of props.
And Joe does that to a lot of people, including Patrick Mahomes and his club. So
yeah,
I've got all respect in the world for Burrow.
Lamar Jackson is completely awesome when he's in the Matrix, but when he's out of the Matrix, he's very ordinary.
Yeah.
But to put some of these players in front of him, to me, is nothing more than a ploy to catch some hate. Because when you catch hate, that's pops, that's hit, that's attention.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what I look at overall when you're thinking about quarterback salaries and the fact that now Trevor Lawrence, who's really hasn't done that, but he's done some things in the NFL. He's gotten his team to the playoffs because they used to be terrible. He has had to overcome a bad coach. He has to play with players drafted by Balky.
Yeah.
You know, you got to give a lot of credit to him, honestly.
I forgot about that.
You got to give him a lot of credit, man. For him to do what he's doing, nothing but props. But it also tells you that Brock Purdy is going to be expensive, and his agents are going to look for top dollar next year, which should be in excess of that $55 million. Now, does he deserve it? Based on the rate, yes, but here's why he may want to reconsider. Number 1 on the list is Trevor Lawrence. Number 2, Joe Burrow at 55. Number 3, Jared Goff at 53. And after that, Justin Herbert at 52.5. What just happened to Justin Herbert's team?
They got a facelift.
Yes, and why do you think that is? It's because of that big salary he had. Right, in poor management, you know, they're not managing things very well.
Yeah. Ooh, Pop, you said the line exactly the key point. How good is your organization of doing that and maintaining a team that can compete? That's the magic right there.
No, some teams have it, some teams don't. I think the 49ers have it in regards of how they're, you know, doing some things. They have made some mistakes. Remember, we just got done paying D4. They've made some mistakes.
I forgot all about it. You know,
they have. But what they've successfully done is that they have not paid the big contract to the quarterback. Because remember, I think Garoppolo was number 1 for like 4 days, and then Aaron Rodgers was like, "What about me?"
And he was less than 30. Wasn't Jimmy 26 or 27, something like that? Yeah. Back in the days,
right? And Aaron Rodgers,
poor people.
Right, and you know, he hasn't done anything since he's been paid. Aaron Rodgers has.
He's on sabbatical now. I mean, I love Aaron Rodgers. The guy is comical.
He is Bond villain. That's what he is. Jalen Hurts, $51 million. Kyler Murray, $46 million. Deshaun Watson, $46 million. Kirk Cousins, $45 million. Gotta give props to Kirk Cousins, man. Good God. That dude's working.
He has pimped the league from day one. Yes.
He has been pimping. He's big pimping, right? And then last on the list at $45 million, I'll give you the name in a second. But I will say this. Out of all those quarterbacks we just talked about, there is 1, 2, 3 Super Bowl appearances, all losses, and number 10 has 1 loss in the Super Bowl and has 3 victories, and that is Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
So, can they get the deal done? Yeah, absolutely. But it's going to have to be like some crazy 10-year deal. But people fail to realize that Brock's only played 1 full season of football. You know, you still got to let this thing play out, right? Because, again, at this particular point in time, I think I know this is a Super Bowl window, but I just can't see the 49ers having all these top salaries along with a top quarterback salary. I just don't see it happening. Now, it could.
Yeah, it's just not possible.
It could happen.
We're going to lose some people.
But my hope, right, and I hate, I hate this is going to kill me. But Chill Pill Wright did make a very valid point. What made Tom Brady great was taking less.
Yeah.
Tom Brady was always like, 12th or 14th, 15th paid
And
in
it
the
didn't
league,
bother
and he
him a
just win
bit.
Super Bowl after Super Bowl after Super Bowl. Exactly. Well, that's not all it. I mean, when I met Barry Sanders and I was chilling out with him at Ford Field in his suite, I was talking to his wife, and she was complaining because she couldn't get Barry to move. Because Barry he still lived in his house that he bought on his rookie contract for $100,000. Love the house, doesn't want to move.
Barry, I'm that kind of guy.
So,
Don't get wild just because you got the cash. You're comfortable in your house, stay in it.
yeah, I'm just saying, just in general, he's that one that he's one of those cats that won't be broke at the end of the day. But point is, I know Debo's ass is gonna be broke one day.
Next week.
I know it. Next week, right. Yeah. So when I think about the concept of paying him is great, but yeah, if he wants to win and establish some type of legacy, he's got to be willing to take less, so that they can continue to build a team around him. But the real question is, does that philosophy work? Because right now, I think the 49ers philosophy is flawed. I think that their emphasis on the D line and their scheme is flawed. I think that the game is a lot faster. I think the game needs to be more unpredictable on defense instead of being more predictable. I think that they need more variation on defense. And I think they just need to continue to draft plug-and-play players. But here's the problem. They don't draft plug-and-play players. They draft projects.
Yeah.
Or they draft somebody who has to be developed.
Yeah.
Or they draft somebody, play him 4 games, and then ship them off for a 5th-round pick. That is holding back the future of the football team. So if he takes less, are they going to draft an offensive lineman in the first round?
Probably not.
Doesn't sound like it's a part of their philosophy.
I can guarantee you John Lynch is going to go get him a defender. And we're still paying Trey Lance less money. We're paying Trey Lance more money than the Cowboys are this year.
Yeah, we're paying Trey Lance. So, and again, like I said, I never felt sorry for Trey Lance because he's got more money for me. But let me tell you this, Ronbo. The last week that I worked before I retired, and I knew I was going to retire, I worked 86 hours.
Wow.
Consulting for Google. I worked 86 hours that last week because I'm all about getting the job done.
They must have begged you to think about whether or not you wanted to retire, didn't they?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
They're throwing money and stuff at me, but it was like for me, it was like everything was lining up, opportunities was lining up, everything was lining up the right way. Where I was like, you know what, I'm just going to move down to Tennessee and live on the lake and chill out and travel. And my wife had to mess it up and get pregnant. Twins.
Like it was all her fault.
The first day in Tennessee. Exactly. I had nothing to do with it, Ronbo. Had nothing to do with it.
Well, Bam and Boom is so cool. You're all right. Bob, I didn't realize we're way over time here. I'm loving talking to you, though.
I'm sorry.
Can we continue Sunday?
Oh, no, always. Oh, absolutely. I want to give a real big shout out to Tony Down Under.
Yeah.
I want to know what kind of rugby player was Mitch Wisnowski, because I believe that he could handle kickoffs.
Oh.
He's a former rugby player, and he can run his tail off.
And
wouldn't that be a great story?
And Mitch could actually hold classes with the 49ers to teach them how to tackle. Every time I've seen him stop a dude, I couldn't stop laughing. Dude running down the field, running through 49ers, right and left. All of a sudden, it looks like he just hit a wall and gets laid down. Who's that? That's Mitch! Perfect tackle.
Right?
Lady,
With the new kickoff rules, come on. Wouldn't that be awesome?
I read something about that. He is probably going to be the guy. They're not going to put Jake out there for that. Bob, we're going to let me when we get a cutter in another subject. I'll see you Sunday.
All right. Shout out to you in production, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate you. Talk to you Sunday.
Hey, like and subscribe, you jokers. Like and subscribe. Let's go.
Thanks, Bob. But I say, Bob, but he ain't got a name. You really got to think about it, Bob. There's a lot of consonants. B, you know what I'm talking about though. Ronbo's the Green Bay. Ronbo is the Green Bay LB gonna fit with our D, and the linebacker. You know what? He's got a rating, Madden rating, kind of high. I know. You shouldn't use that as the go-to figure, but give us an Al Shire. But he is a Pro Bowler. Although what bothers me is Packer fans are delighted that he left. Not good. Listen, hey, yo, Aaron. Aaron?
Ronbo.
There you go. Aaron, come on in, man. We're talking about Brock Purdy a lot these days, and with good reason. Trevor Lawrence has just sent a shockwave through every fan base in the NFL with an up and coming young quarterback, right? See, because you're looking at the money, and for some reason we all think that everybody's going to get paid out of our own finances, personal finances. It's like Trevor's going to get that much money. $55 million, that's 8 people. But the thing is, guaranteed money is 200 and 142 as is promised, right? So you have to figure Brock's going to get somewhere north of 60 because Tua's going to have to get paid probably at least $2 more. Actually, is Tua better than Trevor Lawrence to your thinking? He's got to be paid more than Trevor, right? So now it's going to go but maybe to another couple of million, maybe 3. So now you're heading into next year. And now what happens? Oh, my God, that's going to be a big number. Can we still field a team?
And that's a good question. In comparison of Trevor Lawrence and Tua, I think Tua is better than Trevor because I think Tua took the Dolphins to the playoffs twice, and Trevor Lawrence took Jacksonville to the playoffs once. So,
hey, Aaron, look at them individually though, and look at their skill set. If you had to pick, if somebody said, "All right, Aaron, pick either quarterback you want for your start your club with," you like Tua, you like Trevor, which one do you want?
So if I had to pick one, I would have to go with Tua.
Same here. Tua's quick. I like that about Tua, and he's a way more accurate. He's a good passer. They just have to keep Tua in front of a good offensive line. Tua can cut a team up. I didn't know that until Tyreek Hill got there.
Yeah, I think, well, to me, Tua might be taller than Brock, but they both had the same, the accuracy, the quick release. But Tua has Tua doesn't have the biggest arm, but it's a pretty good arm. So
yeah, it's underrated. I've seen Tua throw some beautiful passes. I mean, really nice. I didn't see him do that until Hill got there. Sometimes it has a lot to do with the receiver, but Hill and Waddle were tag teaming on teams, and they were not running shallow routes. So Tyreek does, because if you get Tyreek in an open space and get him the ball, God bless the linebacker, whomever's out there trying to cover, because they're going to get embarrassed. So, yeah.
Yeah, but so if Brock Purdy has a even better this season, if Brock has a better performance this season coming up than last year, then man, the 49ers gonna have to pay him some big bucks.
Back the truck up, back the Brinks up.
Yeah,
he's gonna get paid.
And that's the the scary part, because now you're gonna have to cut some people, in order to pay Brock Purdy.
Can you imagine? And then we become just honestly, we this team we have now is just really exceptional, right? Winning 13 games is not a big deal. In fact, if we win less than 13 games, it could be considered a failure. So, now you look at after we thin it out, maybe dilute the talent a little bit. Now you're talking a 12-5 club, and be grateful for that, for getting into the playoffs. One thing about Kyle Shanahan in the playoffs, we don't give enough credit for it, but you get Kyle Shanahan in the playoffs, except for this last year, the 49ers are usually going to be disciplined, and they're going to do a good job, as long as the defense is doing its part. Because the defense didn't do their part this last year as far as the playoffs beginning. They weren't that bad against the Kansas City Chiefs, but the Chiefs have already been watered down, too. That's what makes me so damn mad. The Chiefs they were a shell of themselves. They got away with a lot of luck, spit, and glue. And I mean, that's pretty much it. But they made it because they're champions. That's the mark of a champion. They still made it work.
Yeah. I mean, that's true, though. So, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But, and Chris Sims still, bashing on
every chance
Brock
he
Purdy.
Gets. Every chance he gets. Wow.
I mean, you look at the quarterbacks when Kyle Shanahan had Nick Mullins. I believe the record, it was 9-29 with quarterbacks. So
probably I was so bothered I didn't pay that attention. I just knew it wasn't good.
Yeah, I mean, you really think every quarterback in the league is going to fit in this Niners offense, the quarterback?
Good point.
Come on.
That's a great point. You need to talk to Chris Sims about that, Chris. Just because he's in a system with a lot of great players and it's a good system doesn't guarantee he's going to get it done. We've seen this. We haven't always had this level of talent around the quarterback as we do now, but still, you can't be a clown and go out there and run the offense. And Shanahan's offense is a lot more complicated than some of these people who think they know what they're talking about football in these podcasts give credit for.
Right.
You can't just come in there and just do it. It takes a lot of time and precision training. Timing. Timing is everything in Ken Shanahan's offense anyway. And movement, those pre-snaps alone. Aaron, do you know how much time they probably spent on those pre-snaps? And I noticed they lessened it last year. The pre-snap movements alone can be dangerous because now you got guys off sides, the flags are flying. It's just a really tough thing. But if you get that down right, it can really screw up a defense's timing really badly because now they don't know what they're doing, not completely, and then you're going to keep them guessing. See? So, I don't know what Chris Sims is talking about. And he played football.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess he, doesn't watch the tape or the film on Purdy, so I mean, who cares?
And we're gonna go because I started late again. I don't want to make everybody wait too long. But listen, I'll see you Sunday, and let's get on it. All right.
All right, Ronbo. You have a good night.
You too, Aaron. Looking forward to it. All right, fam.
All right, fam.
Oh, God. Okay, Texas boy makes a statement, just jumps right off the goddamn page. Tony, my brother from another mother in the blue Hawaii. Tony, come on in. Aloha.
Aloha, Ronbo. Happy Friday. How are you?
Awesome. Tony, I know, because I know you're a guy who probably covers this kind of thing, keeps things on this, because you're being a student of the game that you are. Did Dak pile up better stats than Brock?
I mean, Dak's been playing for longer than Brock Purdy, so it's really not a fair comparison.
I'm looking at this last year.
I think the most important stat when you're comparing Brock Purdy and Dak Prescott, it's playoff win percentage. So
it's not. There's no comparison. Tony, that's great. You'd be a great lawyer. That ends the whole. I mean, man, guilty. Dak, put him in jail now. I love it. Texas boy, take your shoes, put them back on, and get the hell out. All right, hey Tony, let's talk about the matter tonight where Brock is going to get paid, most likely, barring no serious injuries or any weird things happening next year. What is your take on this, and how diluted is this team going to become? If that's going to be the case, are they going to be able to maintain a level? Tell me, take me there.
Yeah, well, we're going to learn a lot about Brock Purdy this season in terms of what it looks like when he has a full off season to prepare. This is actually really, if you think about it, because he had to rehab all last season. This is the season where he's supposed to take that big year 2 jump, and have all that. I mean, I know he looks all yoked up now, which is good to see, and he's working. He's working. Yeah, he's pretty crazy. But in terms of the deal, I think Papa Dragon probably hit it right on the head there. It's going to have to be like some sort of long 6, 7, 8 year contract extension to be able to get him the money that he has earned. But at the same time, that is going to be incumbent upon having a really good season this year. I tell you, if they win the Super Bowl this year, then he will definitely get a bigger deal than $50 million per season, probably 60. But if they, if they make the playoffs, it'll be between 50 and 55, and then God forbid something else happens. But we'll see about that. And if they do sign that, because at this point, Kyle Shanahan, I think, is done messing around at the quarterback position.
Finally.
Well, we all wanted Trey Lance to work out, and it's I look back on that now. Trey Lance just got unlucky with being hurt and then never getting the playing time that he needed to be able to develop. It was a kind of another misfired draft pick in the Joe Williams, Trey Sermon area, unfortunately. And I still, by the way, think that Trey Lance can still have a good NFL career, but he needs to get playing time.
Yeah,
but
because he's looking good right now.
Well, we'll see. I'm excited. I'm kind of excited to watch those Dallas Cowboy preseason games just to see if Trey, can grow. But that is kind of neither here nor there. Here's the thing, Ronbo. If we could go back in time and tell Kyle Shanahan, in 2021 when they drafted Trey Lance, I would tell Kyle Shanahan, trade 2 more first-round draft picks and move to number 1 and take Trevor Lawrence. Not because I think that Trevor Lawrence is a more accomplished quarterback than Brock Purdy, but if we had a quarterback like Trevor Lawrence with that 2021 roster and then growing the way that Brock Purdy, had that support mechanism, he got to have a bit of a camp, learn the offense, all that, and he was ready to go because he played so much football.
True.
But if he had that support structure and not, some random, college coach who got busted cheating on his wife with a co-ed at the bar, maybe Trevor Lawrence, actually, I know for a fact Trevor Lawrence probably at least 1, if not 2 Super Bowls, just given how talented that guy is with Kyle Shanahan calling the plays.
Good point.
Now here's something else. You were talking about Chris Sims earlier. Okay. Yeah. I will say this. Jordan Love, people have said this before, but Jordan Love has a much higher ceiling than Brock Purdy does athletically, right? Yeah. That did not happen overnight, right? Jordan Love was the beneficiary of one of the best quarterback coaches in the league in Matt LaFleur, okay? So if the Niners had Jordan Love would look a lot more like Josh Dobbs than he looked against us in the playoffs, okay? So these are not fair comparisons. Now Jordan Love is developed. They've built a team around him, and he is shining. And if you look last preseason, Jordan Love showed that he was this guy last preseason. Then the season started, things went a little bit weird, but then they figured it out, and he almost beat us. Yeah. So we have to watch out. But the thing I wish is that Kyle Shanahan could coach the quarterback position as well as Matt LaFleur can coach the quarterback position. Now, Kyle solved that problem by luck, really, because they lucked into Brock Purdy. But they had a guy who didn't need to necessarily be developed, who had played all those games in college, who did exactly what Kyle Shanahan was hoping that Jimmy Garoppolo was going to be before that ACL injury, just that intermediate passer, timing. If you think about it, Brock Purdy kind of reminds me of like a hybrid between Nick Mullins and Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, I know the chat's going to hate me saying that, but he has the processing ability of Nick Mullins with some of the physical gifts of Jimmy Garoppolo, and there we are. And thankfully, John Lynch and Kyle have built an amazing roster, and Brock Purdy is taking full advantage of it. Now, what are we going to learn about Brock Purdy this season? How well he plays, all of that. If he plays as well as he possibly can, if Kyle calls the plays right, if we get lucky along the way, win that Super Bowl, we will see if Brock Purdy is like Tom Brady, or whether or not he's like I guess like
some of the
Herbert,
others. Yeah.
And I'm hopeful that he's like Tom Brady. And he seems like a humble individual.
He does.
He seems like he might want to be that guy who takes less so his team is good. But we won't know that until this coming off season. And in the meantime, yes, I would rather have Brock Purdy starting for the San Francisco 49ers than Trevor Lawrence right now. I would rather have Brock Purdy starting for the San Francisco 49ers than Jordan Love right now, because he is this team right now. And it's win or go home. Got to do it this season.
That's it. And I'll tell you, while you're handing out awards for why the quarterback is a good quarterback, Greasy, he's not talked about a lot, but I'm thinking he may be the maestro here of what we're seeing to some degree.
It's going to be interesting. Well, Greasy had the benefit of being in the announcer's booth for college football, similar to John Lynch coming into his first season. He was also an announcer for a football game. So he saw a lot of those quarterbacks, throughout his time announcing ESPN college football. So I'm curious to see the longer he spends away from that announcer's booth, seeing everybody, if he continues to pick quarterbacks. I know Larry Krueger was talking a lot about Tanner Mordecai. If Tanner Mordecai ends up being the number 2 quarterback, which he very well might, then I think there is a lot to what you're saying. In which case, they need to make Brian Greasy the offensive coordinator and pay him out the wazoo. Because if he can identify quarterback talent, he'll be a head coach within 3 seasons.
Yeah, because you can't teach that.
Yeah,
we'll his dad's Bob Greasy. So you're right. It's like Kyle and his dad. This is something they've been around all their life. So.
Yep, exactly.
Tony, awesome stuff. We just hit the red light. All right.
Good to talk to you, Ronbo. Aloha.
Tony gave me 2 times in a row. I'm so grateful.
Tony, I just told that to my partner. He's gonna be like Tom Brady. Look at the magic.
That's what Anderson. All of us are waiting for that, Tony. We're all thinking the same thing when that goes. He seems like that kind of a humble kid that comes in. I just guys, I don't need that kind of money. I'll be fine. I'd like to keep a team around me if we can. Give me what you think is comfortable, and within reason, and let's see what we can do with that. I could actually see him saying things like that.
Yeah. Well, so he's a spokesperson for Toyota now, so maybe he can make some off the field money to make up for his humility. But hopefully we'll see.
There you go. All right.
All right. Aloha, Ronbo.
Tony.
Take care.
Aloha, Tony. Thank you. Talk to you later. Yeah. Hey, Eric.
Yes, sir. How you doing, buddy?
Eric, doing all right, man. Every day that goes by, we're getting closer to September. Yes. But, Eric, as a 49er fan, we're taking a lot of grief for a quarterback that actually doesn't deserve all the grief. Everybody has reasons and reasons. When a quarterback really is good, remember when you had Russell Wilson, everybody, well, you know what, though? You went through a little bit of controversy, too. Richard Sherman led that controversy by saying things like, pretty much, Russell Wilson, we're carrying this team, the defense, and without us, he ain't winning nothing. Hey, Eric, did you believe that back in the day? I'm telling you, Russell Wilson to me was still a 49er killer. Eric, you know how many times we had you guys on the ropes? We're just pounding down on you. The game is going into the fourth quarter, and we're still pounding down on the Bucs. In the fourth quarter, Russell came up large and jumped up and found a way to beat the Niners again. So, we're going pretty, same thing. But go ahead.
I'm going to be over here, and I'm shaking my head because these people are saying that Brock Purdy is not the guy, what do you need? What more do you want to see? Because twice he's coming to Seattle. He's won the big games in Seattle. He's won big postseason games. I mean, really, what more is there that these media people, they want to see?
They want to see him come out there with a team not such. I mean, you got the Avengers. They call the 49ers crew now the Avengers. Brock Purdy's surrounded by the Avengers out there. It's no wonder he gets it done. I say, you guys got all kind of little jokes, don't you? And that's why they want to see Brock come out there with a little less potency around his roster. Eric, teams don't win with weaknesses around the quarterback. The quarterback has to have something to work with. But that doesn't apply to Brock Purdy. No, he's gifted. He's got it made. It's been handed to him on a silver platter. Get out of here with all the talent you're talking about. Really? Okay, well, Dak Prescott, his team isn't that bad. He's got good defense around him, really good defense. He's got CeeDee Lamb. Well, unfortunately, I can't say a lot more after that, but he's got CeeDee Lamb. That's what I'm saying. What do you guys want from this kid? He's been playing in the league for a couple of years. He was the last guy in the draft. God.
I mean, that is really the one question that even I don't understand, because you're exactly right. This kid shows you everything that he can do, and that's still not good enough for these haters.
I mean, how many rookies come into the league looking like that? Here and there, I mean, C.J. Stroud is a monster. I'd never seen that coming. Lamar Jackson came in. He was pretty good, but he wasn't a finished product, and he was pretty much on his athleticism. Herbert did a good job when he first came in. He got into the game because the starter got taken out, like a lot of stories end up being. Patrick Mahomes took a second year, and he never got hurt or got his arm torn off and then had to rehab and come back and play. He doesn't get enough respect for some of the adversity that he's been through to do what he's done. I mean, how many guys come back from a ripped arm? I mean, they just tore his arm off, threw it on the ground, the Eagles did, and then they stomped on it and handed it back to him. He picked it up, screwed it back in, worked on it, and got it back, and the next year he's going to the Super Bowl. You gonna tell? Oh well.
I tell you, like even that, the way he did all that as well as he did that tells me right there, through the proof, he is that guy.
And he's a nice guy. As 49er fans, we're all concerned with whether he's going to come in with greed or what. But the thing is, what we need to worry about is his agency that he gets involved with. Now, if he gets involved with Nick Bosa's agent, we got a big problem coming up. But if he goes out and handpicks his own agent and gets somebody he believes and trusts in that'll listen to him and not go in there with playing hardball with the 49ers and each and every day and have us wait until September 15th, Brock Purdy's finally going to trot out onto the field. Oh, how much is he getting? Brock Purdy's cleared in excess of $75 million a year. Oh, how'd that help the team? And Brock, there's nobody out there with him now but Ricky Pearsall. See, these are the things that are going through the minds now of everybody that supports the 49ers. How are they going to manipulate that? Because Lynch and Shanahan have done a good job so far of keeping that team as potent as it is for going through different avenues and signing certain players, and we got lucky with Brock, and they've gotten lucky for some other players as well. Ricky Pearsall might work out. Eric, your draft is a shot in the dark, and you just hope everything materializes as you envisioned, but it doesn't always come out that way. So, look at the Panthers. Biggest mistake ever made. They picked up who? They picked up Bryce. Why'd you pick up C.J. Stroud's right there? What are you doing? See, mistakes are made in the draft every year. It's a scary thing.
Like even that year for Stroud, I felt like that could have helped them.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. Now, how's he looking?
Which one? Bryce? Bryce has got
running back, Suedo.
Oh, sure. Hey, he's the story. I think he's that Brock Purdy Part 2 sequel. I'm starting to think the way people talk about him, I can't wait to see what he looks like. Yeah, I don't know. We haven't seen anything yet. We got to wait. We got to wait till come back to camp.
You absolutely. If he's as good as he was in college, my friend, I tell you guys are going to love this kid if he's as good as he was in college.
Well, he didn't come from any rinky-dink division.
No.
I said SEC. What? Really?
Yeah.
Whoa. They got some of the most dangerous defenders in the game coming out of them schools. And he ran rump shot over him?
Yeah.
I want to see this.
And then, because my dad went to school where he graduated from, so I saw a lot of his games. He's just, if he can stay healthy, the guy's going to be a beast. If he can just stay healthy.
Can't wait to see it, you know?
Yep.
Because running backs are born. They don't train to. Running back either has it in him when he's coming right into the planet, or he does it. You'll never find wide receivers can go out. You have to have talent to be a wide receiver, but they can go out and train and learn how to run route and stuff like that. A running back has to have those instincts. He has to do what he does, coming from his own natural abilities. Guys like the Pittsburgh Steelers had a guy named Rocky Bleier. Rocky Bleier wasn't
heard that name.
You know, he was the most gifted athlete, but Bleier could play. That was the thing. Can you play football? We don't care about a 4.3, 4.4, 4.5. We don't care if you weigh 235 and you weigh. We want to know if you know how to run between the tackles. Can you find that crease? You know, that's a running back is the definition, the epitome of what a football player really is, actually, when you think about it. You know, so, yeah, I want to see this kid. We got to wait. I heard nothing but good things about him, too. Oh, Eric?
I feel like he's going to be really good, and then Pody's going to be Pody.
I'm going to find out. All right, Eric. Always a pleasure. Tell you what, we're going to go, and I'll see you Sunday. It's already, we got another day still going. We'll be back. All right? Appreciate you, Eric. Eric? Okay. I think the birthday boy. Oh, wait. Speaking of birthdays, is Michael, can you hold on just a second? I've been looking at David.
Take your time, brother.
Hold on. I see David Hodge says, can I get a shout out from my daughter who's also having a birthday tomorrow? So you and the daughter are in the same time. What is that called? Zodiac zone. Tomorrow's is her birthday, and the 49ers won a Super Bowl on her birthday back in 1995. This year is our year. Dave, that's a good omen. Hey, Dave, you didn't give me your name, though. Oh, Ashley. There, named Ashley. Oh, Ashley, you're going to be our good luck piece this year. You are going to be the reason why it's time for us to win this thing. 2025, year 1995. It looks like the Boston Celtics are going to win it this year, no matter what the Dallas Mavericks muscled up. They doesn't mean anything. They're not going to beat the Celtics 4 times. So the Celtics, who've been fighting a bear for 7 years, like the 49ers, and the 49ers are going to win that Super Bowl this year along with the Celtics. And Ashley's birthday, 1995. Happy Niners birthday, dear Ashley. Wait a minute. Sorry about that. Talking too much dehydrates. Happy Niners birthday, Ashley. Happy Niners birthday, Ashley. Dave, I love it. Stats, everything's lining up. The stars, everything. It's coming together. Michael, get in here.
Yeah, I remember that year, 1995. That's right. That was my junior year in high school when they won the Super Bowl. I remember that year. Yep, they beat the San Diego Chargers.
It's a lovely time.
Yep, I remember that.
Yep.
That's right. Me and Ashley having a party. That's nice. I was at the Cheesecake Factory. Yep.
Ooh,
yeah.
God, I love the Cheesecake Factory. Oh my God, I love it. Even the
I went in there, right? I had my I had my 49er hat and jacket on. Yeah. One of the girls that worked there gave me a couple of free slices of cheesecake because I was a Niners fan, just like her.
You're like me.
Yep.
You can eat a couple of slices. What'd you get? What kind? What'd you get?
Yeah. I got the cherry and the chocolate. Oh yeah. She gave me extra pieces because I'm a 49er fan, just like her.
I love it.
Damn, you got to follow Ronbo Sports. So I told her I gave her your link and all that stuff. You might pop in.
All right. Yep. Yeah, listen, you got to try the peanut butter and chocolate. I'm telling you right now, that cheesecake. I tell you what, I could kill myself eating that. I could eat 4 or 5 slices of that, and they could put all that whipped cream. You know how they give you a plate where the 2 guys have to carry it over to you. I mean, they could put all that on there. I could take it down, man. That flavor just makes me freaking nuts. It's like a drug effect.
I told them, if the 49ers win a Super Bowl, they need to make a 49er special cheesecake.
What would that be made of?
Ronbo special. Or how about a Ronbo special?
Well, that's going to be the cheesecake and peanut butter. Peanut butter chocolate. Oh, it's a Reese's bar on a cheesecake. Oh, God, that's good.
I see the Brock Purdy fan, too. She likes Brock Purdy. She thinks Brock is doing it. She thinks that we're going to win it. And she thinks Aiyuk is going to sign.
Oh,
She told me Aiyuk is going to sign. Don't worry.
I just wish he would.
Don't worry. Yeah. That's like you said, it's like playing poker. It's like, you put one bet on and do. You know what I mean? To the final shot.
Whoever blinks first. Yeah, I know. It's such a joke. Grown ass men, though. Come on, guys. Stop it. Get it done. Stop it. We got time. You guys got to focus on other things.
I stay inside. Where else can I go that's going to be as good as the 49ers and as good as Brock? I'm afraid if he goes somewhere else, he's not going to probably be as good. Maybe the Niners will give him more numbers.
Maybe, but it's about the program he's doing well in now. Why don't you want to stay in it? Why don't you want to excel? Why don't you keep going? Why don't you win the ring? Come on.
Keep it going. Keep it going. It's like the Celtics. It's all right, they lost tonight, but they'll win it at home on Monday. That's it.
Okay. Are we going to be the same team next year after Brock signs, depending upon where he signs for?
I think we're still going to be fine with Brock, and we're to be the same team no matter what. The only time we won't be the same team is Brock goes down and CMC goes down. Then we might have, we'll be fine. I believe in these guys.
Wow. We are going to build around CMC, actually, starting next year. Because we're going to lose some players. Yep. We can't afford to carry all those guys and Brock's salary.
Yeah. We got that floor. We got that receiver we drafted this year. We got a couple of guys we drafted.
Ricky
those
P
guys,
and
you wait. And I got that Wisconsin quarterback who's going to be a good backup. We're going to be fine. I think we're going to be definitely fine moving on. Because I think with Kyle, Greasy, and Lynch, putting them together, I mean, they know what they're drafting. They know what they're looking for.
Yeah. You didn't get enough credit.
I don't believe.
Yeah, the 49ers, their drafting is not bad. You can't have the best team.
I believe in Hawaiian Tony. Greasy going to be an offensive coordinator, maybe that'll come true. Maybe he could become and be the next coach.
I don't want to lose Greasy.
They don't want to lose him, but you might get a good draft pick out of it. If he does good, you got a draft pick.
Well, yeah,
But no, I mean, we're working good. Like I said, they know what they're drafting, Ronbo. They know what they're doing. You think each year they know what they're going after. Running back, receiver. No, now they're going to find a killer replacement. Maybe next year.
Running backs, they need to stop with the draft, though. Just go ahead and get UDFA. Their best running backs are the ones that aren't in the draft.
No, I'm just saying. To the
but everything else, I know. I agree.
I'm saying to the past, but they need to find the right tackle next year. Right tackle is the main thing next year.
Well, Grindo might be okay, though. I just realized. We'll see with Grindo. But the two before him, TDP and Sermon.
And I know we're going to take care of the Rams this year. We're going to take care. I think we're going to, like I said, I see us winning 13 games. Maybe I give it maybe 13, games. Rams. I don't think they're going to win 13. Nah. My daughter's the Eagles. I don't know, man. I hope to see both of us in the playoffs. I don't want to see me. I don't want to see her left out. I told her you're going to meet up.
I feel bad about Nikita, but you know what? She's got to get rid of Sirianni. Sirianni, you know, that team is better than what Sirianni's doing.
He's trash. I think that coach is garbage. You need to look for another coach. He's garbage. Go after the Lions. I'm going after the Lions. There's a guy from the Lions that would love to be a coach. Yeah. I think he's going to be gone. If the Eagles don't make the playoffs, you know, well, no, I can't say that he'd be gone next year. Yeah.
Well, what's that big guy that have on the sidelines, the enforcer?
12-5. My daughter picked Tony Wright's Falcons, 12-5. In the playoffs, beating the Rams in the first round. That's what she picked.
God, that would be such a wonderful thing. I mean,
this is a party I would celebrate with Tony all night long.
By the way, and did you see Texas Boy put up stats of last year's accomplishments, Dak Prescott versus Brock Purdy? Tony, I mean, Texas Boy, I don't understand why.
He does win the INT competition. He does win the INT competition.
Not that.
Give him that one.
You can't just play the regular season.
Yeah. Texas Boy, you need to, I don't know.
How rough is it to be? Can you imagine being a Dallas Cowboy fan now?
That's my ex-girlfriend was a Cowboy fan. I told her to get rid of the Cowboy jersey. I used it for a towel to dry myself off.
No way. I wiped the car down with it. I'm not drying my body off. Don't use it for that. No metal piece on to scratch the paint, you know?
No, the new cars. Ooh, you want that? But I have to give a shout out to Tony Wright, 49er Brian. Big show. You should come over for my party. We're like, hey, 49er party. Cherry, just, you know, someone come over, have a little cheesecake. You get Ronbo over here. Hell yeah. Ram fans, you can sit out. In the parking lot, getting bitten by bugs.
I'd love to see. I'd love to be at a 49er fan party.
You can have your Big Mac on. You can have your Big Mac on your show.
Yeah,
you live your Big Mac.
Can't have a cheesecake factory.
You have a Chuck E. Cheese background with all the arcades. It does. If you ever see it live, it sounds like you're at Chuck E. Cheese. I'm about to say, man, you're doing a Chuck E. Cheese kids party over there or what?
No, you know, it's L.A. Michael, we're going to let you get back to the party. Happy birthday to you. I'm going to see you Sunday, okay?
You too, right? I will, Ron, but I have to send you some cheesecakes to the phone.
God, I love me some cheesecake.
Live. Woo. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for wishing me happy birthday, and have a good night. Daddy loves you. And thank you for wishing me happy birthday.
That's awesome. Night, Michael. Let's go check out and see. Hey, Nigel, we haven't talked to Nigel in a little while. Nigel! Nigel.
Hey, Ronbo, how you doing?
Nigel's doing all right, man. You know, it's that time of year when it's that feel-good time of the year. We're not playing any games or coming on. You know, Nigel, the most nervous time of the week, right, is just stay right here because we're usually talking about, guys, how are we going to do this game, man? We're starting the season off with the Jets. Breece Hall is going to test us. We don't know if our run game is going to be worth a damn. If Breece Hall gets started on, it's going to be a long night. If we could contain him, Aaron Rodgers, who's not in good favor with their coach, he could have a problem. I'm going to say right now, 49ers 37, the Jets 12. And after the game, we lose, right? Damn it. We found a goddamn way to lose the. I mean, the Jets weren't even. They toyed with us. What are we going to. We can't. Nigel, we can't lose the first game of the season.
Right.
No, not to the Jets. Woo!
Yeah. It feels like there's a little bit of turmoil over there. I mean, not turmoil, but just more like a little bit of weirdness.
Yeah, well, Aaron.
Compared to what you're hearing out of the camp from the 49ers, where our quarterback is working with the rookie receiver that we just got and is at camp. And, you know, their quarterback, who's been in the league for almost 20 years now, or 20 years, you know, he's not at camp. He needs a break from football still yet. One season wasn't enough, Ronbo.
No.
You know, with a messed up Achilles, one season wasn't enough. No. He can't come to OTA either.
And he has an attitude.
Anyway, we'll see what happens there.
But you got to love, Aaron's got an attitude about being questioned about the decisions he's making.
Right?
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Remember, hey, were you ever on that wagon? Get Aaron Rodgers and stop fooling around. Were you ever Aaron Rodgers? Get Aaron Rodgers fan?
Well, I ain't gonna lie, Ronbo. I mean, let's be real. Like at that particular time,
that was a few years
like,
back.
well, you know,
he wasn't completely.
It'd be nice if we had Aaron Rodgers, but you know, that time has passed, and yes, I mean, I would. He's one of the greatest arms of all time. Yeah. He's extremely accurate. The dude has power in his arm. He has it all.
He's a good team leader.
We don't have him. We got Brock.
Yeah.
So
remember though. With all those teams he has, he gets a lot of excuses for only having one Super Bowl in that length of time. So, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. But anyway. Let's say, how about Brock, though? That big salary coming up next year, since Trevor Lawrence has set the table really. I mean, the bar is set really up there now. So.
My God. Yeah, it's – I mean, I'm with everybody else. I think Brock, for me, at first – it was hard to tell what was going on because we had such a stellar team around him. But, you know, in hindsight 2020, I look at that and I'm like, man, you got to think about, you know, our eyes and what we're looking at as opposed to his eyes and what he's looking at.
True.
He, as a rookie, of course, we know his whole story, comes in and, you know, takes ownership of a team that has a lot of veterans and high-paid players and guys that, I mean, these are real men out there.
I mean,
you know, there's other men in the world that cannot take control of those guys.
Oh, yeah.
And he went in there and did that.
Look at that. Like you're saying, Jimmy Garoppolo is this. He's been in the Super Bowl. Trey Lance is number 3 in the draft pick. I got to come in against those kind of odds. He did not care. I love your point on that, Nigel. Oh,
right? I mean, think about that, Ronbo. You got to think about how he is perceived as opposed to how he perceives everything. And when you look at it from his eyes, he's like, damn, I am undersized. I don't have the strongest arm. But he's very smart. He's able to use the talents that he does have, like quick feet, strong legs, to get out of positions and make plays. That's why our offense has never been as good as it has been with him. It's very easy to see. And the thing about it is, you know, people get enamored with size, and it's understandable. Like, you see Josh Allen. This guy can launch a 90-yard freaking football.
Oh, he throw it out.
And,
he throw it out
you know, a 60-yard on the dime.
Yeah.
But then you look at guys like Brock, and he has a different skill set. Just because he doesn't have that skill set doesn't mean he can't be elite, because he is elite in the things that he can do, which is very important because he plays winning football.
Yep.
He doesn't turn the ball over. Is there luck involved? Sure. You know, and I heard somebody talking earlier about Phil Simms, and how he mentioned Brock, and he's like, compared to Jordan Love. There was an article I read, and he compared him to Jordan Love and saying how Jordan Love is better and this and this and that.
We would have won the Super Bowl.
You know, nobody ever says that for Patrick Mahomes, Rombo. No. Think about this. Patrick Mahomes had the most penalized offensive line last season, and in the Super Bowl, they did not get one holding penalty against them, against one of the best, if not the best, defensive end in the freaking league in Nick Bosa. And that's in 2 Super Bowls, right? So you got to think about that too. Like, our quarterback is legit. So I don't care what people say. I mean, he's going to get a bag. What it's going to be, I'm not sure, but we're going to find out a lot this season. And truthfully, I think he's going to come out and he's going to ball out again. And there's probably not going to be any denial that he's going to have to get that big money. So I have faith in him. I love that guy. I mean, he's probably the best quarterback we've had since Steve Young, you know? So we'll see, Ronbo. We'll see.
Yeah, because this is it. You know, he's healthy. He's had time in the offseason. This will be the first offseason he had to be able to work. We don't know what Brock Purdy's really capable of yet. We do know he's good. But how good is he? We may see something this year we're not even believing. And I'm already seeing things in practice that make me think, damn. Okay, you know what? I didn't know about this Brock Purdy. Like I said, some of the passes he's throwing out there just working out. He has the capability. He has the ability. And I think Ricky's going to make him even sharper. Because good route runners, Debo's one thing, And Aiyuk's one thing. But Ricky and Aiyuk together, that could be vicious. From what I can see right now, I love Debo for what he does. But if I got two guys that run crisp, sharp routes, and Brock could get that ball out of his hands right away, that's good advantage. Niners.
And he can. We've seen him do it. He can go out there and he can deliver the ball on time, on point, and he's dead accurate too. So
yes,
he
throws a very catchable pass.
I'm all in with Brock, Ronbo. So I'm all in with him, and we're going to find out what he's going to, be worth this coming season. Yeah. We pray for freaking health for him, and as long as he's healthy, I don't see, based on what I've seen, I don't see why he can't prove that he is worth that money. If he has the same type of season he had last season, an MVP caliber season, you can't deny a guy when he just puts out freaking stats and he's putting out the actual evidence to back up what he's worth. So
and Nick Wright,
we're going to see what's going to happen. I think they need to protect him, and that's it.
And Nick and Chris can say whatever they want, and you're right. We're going to go. Nigel, good to hear from you again. We haven't heard from you in a while.
Yeah,
all right?
Good to hear from you, Ronbo. Yep. All right. Thanks for taking my call, man. You all have a good night. Thanks.
All right. You too.
Yep.
She's not going to tell you, I love that emoji. She's got a clown with a cowboy hat on it emoji. That's pretty good. I like that. Jalen!
Ronbo, you can hear me?
Get it loud and clear. Get in here.
How you doing, Ronbo?
Hey, Jalen, as I say, it's before the season game, so I don't get stressed out until September. Yeah, hey, Jalen, it's so funny because it's unhealthy because you stay stressed out from September to February. You know how many months that is?
Too long, Ronbo.
Yes. God. We're going to get it this year. Ain't going to be no stress. Stress levels will go up and down, but in February, Jalen, this is it. You're about to finally get that trophy that you've been wishing for, that we all been wishing for. Finally, this is it. I'm going to tell you that right now. Now, if I'm wrong, I know I'm going to get towed up. But I'm telling you right now, if I'm right, Jalen, you got to give me all kind of props.
Well, I mean, I'd be like, about time, but okay.
Everybody's going to be saying about time.
Yeah, I mean, Ronbo, nobody's going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Like, it's going to be like, dang, wow, okay.
They're just not making you happy. I'm telling you right now.
Ronbo, yes. I've seen us lose 3 Super Bowl, brother. 3.
I feel you. I do.
You just, come on, man. We 0-3 in my lifetime, bro. I don't know how I'm I didn't want to. Why you have to bring up the Super Bowl?
I don't mean to laugh.
I didn't even want to talk about this. I wanted to talk about quarterbacks, and you wanted to bring up the Super Bowl.
I'm sorry. I know it's a sore spot. I didn't mean to. Listen, go ahead. Get on that quarterback situation. Go right ahead.
Man, Ronbo, we still talking about Brock Purdy getting a bunch of money. I think Tua 100% might get more than Trevor Lawrence. He might get 290.
Oh, no doubt.
And then CJ Ronbo, Brock got to get at least 280. We got to give Brock at least 280. 280.
But by the time next year comes, that may have to be the case, regardless as to anything else. It's just that's the way it would work out. Because Tua's going to get paid, like you say, more than Trevor. There's another quarterback in there, too. Jordan's got to get paid.
Yeah.
The Packers hate to pay quarterbacks.
Jordan. No, they don't, Ronbo. They gave Aaron Rodgers $50 million a year.
He was mad for about 4 or 5 years before they gave him that much money.
No, Ronbo. Aaron Rodgers has always been a high-paid quarterback.
He was, but I remember the last couple of years he was complaining about the fact that he didn't think that. But anyway, the 49ers are the worst when it comes to making people wait. But, he finally got his money, though.
Yeah, Ronbo. I mean, they make us wait on Super Bowls, make us wait on contracts, make us wait on questions. That's what they do. Gotta be patient with this team.
Yeah.
Gotta stay faithful.
Yeah. They'll do
I 100% think. Yeah, Trevor, that caught me off guard, Ronbo. I saw that 275. I said, man, that's Christian Kirk. It's something about Jacksonville, Ronbo. They gave Christian. Remember Christian Kirk reset the wide receiver market. They gave him like 21 mil.
Yeah.
Jacksonville, they love to set trends. Look at them.
Yeah, and broke down Eric Armstead went over there, and Trent Baalke paid him, and that's a decent salary for a man that's only going to play. Eric will play maybe 30-40% of the season maximum.
And when he out there, he gonna ball out.
Yeah, that's the thing about Eric.
Okay.
When he's on the field,
you gonna know he out there when he on. You gonna know he there when he there.
True. And I hated to see him go, but I need a guy who can stay out there at least 70% of the time. Eric's going, oh man, my knee. Oh, what's the matter, Eric? My foot. Eric,
okay, Ronbo, but you got somebody that's out there 90% of the time, but they're not even doing anything.
Well, I see. That's what I'm saying. I want you to go to law school. You know, you've always got a great counter. That's a good point.
Yeah, like I'd rather have somebody, dang, at least when you out there, we know you're going to do something than somebody just being out there being a wasted spot.
Just to be out there, yeah, and making you mad on every other snap.
But,
tough.
Brock Purdy,
win for
the savior of the 49ers, because it damn sure wasn't Kyle Shanahan, Ronbo. I told you, if Jimmy didn't come in 2017, he might not be here right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know.
No, the way the cards have fallen, you're right. Kyle needed a lift right when he got it. Jed would have been another year or so patient because he knew the roster didn't have nothing on it, and Kyle had to build that roster on his own. And getting a quarterback is really tough, as the Rams are about to find out while they're walking around here heaving their chest out and talking about, yeah, we beat y'all's ass. Come here. Oh, shut up.
Bro,
y'all
you know why I think it would have been bad? You know why I think it would have been bad in 2018? Because 2018, if I'm not mistaken, was the year Patrick Mahomes went in the AFC Championship. And the year prior, we could have took him at 3, but we took Solomon Thomas. Jed would have looked at that following season and said, Kyle, this guy's in the AFC Championship, and we still ain't got a quarterback. And you took Solomon Thomas at 3. Yeah, his ass would have been fired.
You got a good point there. And John even says that. He still kicks himself about that.
Adios.
You know what? But John, I have a feeling from what he said, he was trying to tell Kyle about that back then. Because I'm concerned with, I'm going to get Kirk Cousins in here next year. No, you're not, Kyle. You should go for what you can get now.
That's not good, Ronbo. That's not good that he was counting on another guy. First of all, how were you so sure that he was going to even come to us, Ronbo? How were you so sure?
Well,
and he went to the Vikings.
They had a relationship, and he probably figured he's just going to come on over.
But that's not, Ronbo. You can't assume that. If somebody
I know.
we didn't know how much they were going to offer him.
And he wasn't getting as much what he's got. Where did Kirk go immediately after he left Washington?
He went to Minnesota.
Yeah, they gave him the farm. They gave him a blank check. He wasn't going to get that in San Francisco.
Come on, Ronbo. He wasn't. Like Kurt, Ronbo, Kyle Shanahan. Like I said, if it wasn't for, and I made a tape earlier this year saying that Kyler Murray, if he was our quarterback, our offense wouldn't miss a beat, and I got hectic for it. We just had a caller say that, Ronbo. It was a caller that just came in here and said, us drafting Trey Lance is in the same ballpark as taking Trey Sermon and Joe Williams. Sir, that was a horrible take. We spent 2 first-round picks on Trey Lance. We didn't two first-round picks, Ronbo. We took Joe Williams and Trey Sermon in the 4th round. How is that anywhere near in the same ballpark?
No, but I think it's pointing more at the faux pas of our front office more than anything else.
Let me tell you something. That Trey Lance trade was the worst pick trade in NFL history. Hands down, no thinking about it. And if it wasn't for Brock Purdy, we'd be all saying it right now. You don't take 2 first-round picks, trade up, and then trade the guy for a 4th.
Wait a minute. Jay,
After 3 games?
I can beat that, though. What the Broncos did with Russell Wilson may be the worst deal ever. And I don't think that's ever going to be surpassed.
I understand that, but we knew what Russ was. We at least knew what Russ was. Nobody knew what Trey was. You traded for a question mark. You went all the way up to 3 for a question mark when Justin Fields was there, Ronbo.
I know.
This has nothing. Now we thought what Russ was going to. Let's not act like we thought Russ was going to be that, Ronbo.
I didn't.
So, I mean, that's not fair. That's not fair to get that to Russ. We thought Russ was going to be Russ, Ronbo. Nobody knew what Trey Lance was going to be. That's why that's bad, Ronbo. You don't trade that much capital for an enigma, for a question mark, for a project. That's terrible.
Yeah.
And then give him away for a 4th-round pick.
Mm-hmm. It's never going to happen again.
That is a horrible, man. That's horrible. That's the worst draft and trade in NFL history, Ronbo. Hands down, I'm thinking about it. Hands down, I'm thinking about it, Ronbo. This man might not even have a career.
I got to search, but I don't want the 49ers to be that embarrassed. I'm going to go find something I'm going to compare with. I have it ready for you Sunday. But we got to go, Jalen. So let me see you Sunday. Keep that energy. I love it.
Man, shout out Chill Pill Phil, Ronbo. That's my favorite caller. He always coming over here. We got the best cornerback room, Ronbo. I'm looking forward to that rookie will be drafted. Ronbo, hey,
Ronaldo.
He ain't lying, Ronbo. He not lying, Ronbo. That kid, he can play.
I know.
And Diamador, he comes.
I know
his contract here.
I know. I just want to make sure Ronaldo learns his handsy thing. He's got to slow down though. But
Diamador, I like how he physical, Ronbo. You know, he's physical.
We just don't want to get flags. He just probably just a little tweaking. I believe in him too. I like him.
Yeah, I like Diamador. He gonna get paid, Ronbo.
Oh, Demo. No, I'm talking about Ronaldo Green.
Oh, you're talking about the rookie.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Demo. He's gonna get paid, Ronbo.
I've always been a Demo supporter. Charles, hope you watch Charles. You know, I can't wait to get in and argue with you about Demo. I'll argue with Demo all day. Jalen, let me see you Sunday, fam.
All right, Ronbo.
You want that holla? Bigger Jalen. Night, fam. And we go down the road, jump in that truck and say, yo, BM.
Come on in there, big dog. Talk to me.
BM, you know how we do? We always worry about the monies that are being spent in Santa Clara. It said Trevor Lawrence went and got paid way more than he's worth. Trevor Lawrence is not worth no $60 million a year by any stretch of the imagination. But he got it anyway. So now you look at our guy.
He got it because he was a first round. He got it because he was a first round
pick and gets a label of franchise quarterback. And he ain't terrible, but still, if you're going to pay a man what he's worth, I don't know if he's all that much better than Dak Prescott. But that's none of our business. The fact of the matter is, he has just set the standard higher than it. My God. And by this point, at this rate, next year we're thinking Brock may be getting $70 million. How do you go build a team around a $70 million quarterback? You know, it's scary. But BM, how do you work this out, and who's going to be leaving us? How are they going to engineer this situation? Can Debo just call and say, look, y'all can go ahead and trade me now because I don't believe you got enough money to pay us all anyway?
You know, one of these teams, Ronbo, I don't know who they said. I forgot who it was. Back in the day, they was moving the money around to where some way it was never hitting the salary cap. They
they're going to do that.
Years.
Yeah, the manipulation of the cap.
And they was putting it on the back end or something like that.
Sure.
And they still had clauses where they could let those players go or something like that if it came to it.
Spread the payments out over a 10-year period. Because we just got to paying D Ford his last payment recently. D Ford. How many? I forgot all about him.
I don't think we're gonna. I think we're overthinking it right now, and we should kind of try to live in the moment.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? Because you got to think. You got to also look at this. The salary cap goes up every year.
And that's true.
You feel me? So it's gonna always be 15 or 20 free agents. At the end of the year, somebody's right now going to be trying to play for a prove-it deal. Somebody is going to get a one-year deal. I think they're going to figure out, you know what I'm saying, who to keep and where to put the money at.
And we're going to find that out at the end of this camp when they start making cuts. That's true.
And the thing is, I don't really get worried about them because it seems like every time we go out here and worry, man, what we going to do about this player? He got to get signed. This player got to get signed. All of the key players that has been a factor to this point have been re-signed.
I know him. It's amazing. We got how many old pros we got out there right now? My God.
You got Debo, Christian, Kittle,
Juice,
Aiyuk, Juice. Freddie, Mooney Ward,
Williams,
Greenlaw, Hufanga, Trent Williams. I mean, but see, this is the good thing, Ronbo.
Bosa.
This is the good thing. You know, a lot of people, Bosa, a lot of people like to try to discredit our team and really, to me, discredit the quarterback. And I continuously say it. Debo was a second round pick, third round or something.
Second round.
George Kittle was a fifth round pick. Nobody didn't expect these
Fred
players.
Warner was a third round.
Fred
pick.
Warner,
Third or fourth.
Fred Warner was a third or fourth.
Round, yeah.
These players like them, the only somebody you can say that we have on our roster that you expected something out of was Nick Bosa, Brandon Aiyuk, those first rounds. Ricky Parcel, now you're a first round pick. We don't have a bunch of those. You feel what I'm saying?
Fifth round pick, George Kittle. Isn't that crazy?
Right. So when you go out here and these players look good, you know, I just had this argument with one of my friends. He was like, "What you got to think, man? George Kittle that became his." I said, "But was it the scheme that made George Kittle what he was, or was it because if he had to went somewhere else, who knows what George Kittle would be?
He might have
just
been
like any other player.
Yeah, people bring that argument up.
It's
all
a lottery
the time.
pick. It's a lottery pick, though. You got to think some teams may not have used him the correct way.
Yeah, that's true.
Just like with any of these quarterbacks. Anybody. We may have got Patrick Mahomes, but what if we didn't use him the correct way?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So every team, everybody gotta get the people that fit their scheme and their style of play. So I mean, hey, I like George Kittle. Do I think George Kittle can go out there and be like a Travis Kelce? You're damn right I can.
Oh, easily.
But we don't use him
no-brainer
like
for
that.
George. Everybody else, you might have to think about it for a minute. But George Kittle can play football any place in the NFL, and he'll shine. That's just who he is. No doubt about it.
But we don't use him like Kansas City do. You feel what I'm saying?
And that's the thing.
And I think the reason because of that is because we don't have a goddamn
offensive
line.
See,
feel me?
That's what I'm saying.
So,
that's the kind of player he is. Whatever you need him to do, he's going to do it. He's going to do it well. You want to go out and play receiver?
And
he'll
see,
kick ass.
that may be a good thing that we got this guy from the Commanders, because I hear that he is pretty much just like him. So I hope that he comes in and pans out. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets hurt though. But Logan, he's a good football player, but he gets hurt. Tight ends do the job properly. They're susceptible of getting hurt all the time, and they do. But let's see how long. If we can keep the whole season, oh God. Ooh.
You know, we were just talking about Armstead too, man. Honestly, we made a mistake when we drafted Solomon Thomas.
Don't get me started on that. Yeah.
We made a mistake when we made a real big mistake on defense when we let Buck go. We should have let Solomon Thomas.
Eric
Armstead go over Buck.
But you know, they were going to keep both, but D-Buck just wanted to go a little higher. But you're thinking if they would have gave D-Buck. But how much money? He just wanted Aaron Donald money, and the 49ers just couldn't see that. So they were going to give him, what was it, 18, 19, somewhere in there?
They couldn't. I don't remember, but I think he used to be kind of injured too, like his first couple of seasons. So
Eric was hurt all the time.
Hard.
Depot never.
DeForest Buckner.
Oh, no.
I think he was hurt like.
No,
I think he was hurt like his first season.
No, once. He was only out 1 week. He never got hurt again after that 1 week. The entire time he was with us. Never missed a game. That boy is iron.
Yeah, I wish we could have kept him.
Yeah,
I wish
everybody
we
does.
could have kept him over Armstead. But, you know, like I say, man, there's going to be players go and there's going to be players come. My main thing is, what in the hell is our defenses? What is our defense finna look like? And these new players that we picked up on offense as far as linemen, will they be able to protect Brock Purdy when it comes passing time? And will they be able to grasp the passing scheme?
we got to go, but just FYI, PFF said our lineman graded out as one of the worst units in the NFL. And, we got one of the best offensive linemen in the game, and that as an entire unit, not good. So we got that to worry about. But, Beham, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to see you Sunday, and let's get back into it. And, it's always fun to hear from you because I'm not sure how busy you're going to be or when I'm going to see you again. So, Beham.
Oh, no, I'm home, man.
You home tonight? All right.
I'm home.
All right.
Yes,
I'll see
sir.
you Sunday then. All right.
All right, my boy.
All right. Have a great night, Beham. Give my best to that
Later.
Q. If I a Rams fan right now. But you know what? They look better than I thought they were going to look. So we'll see. All right, fam.
All right, my
Sunday.
boy. Be easy.
You too. Bye, BM. And Tony, come on in, D.
Hey, Ronbo.
Tony. Well, Tony, we've already started a campaign. We want Mitch Wisnowski to teach guys how to tackle. And everybody agrees. People are always bringing that up all the time. One thing, Mitch is going to be, put him on that kicking group. It doesn't have to be Jake. Make sure, put Mitch in there, because if anybody comes rolling down the field and thinking they're going anywhere, they're going to have another surprise coming. Mitch I'll never forget that tackle. This guy's just blazing down the field on the 49, just going through everybody. All of a sudden, he just stopped. You couldn't see it, and the dust settled. And there's Mitch taking. Hey, what guys? That's Mitch. No, nobody else can get Mitch. I thought about rugby league training. Those guys know how to tackle. So yeah.
Well, if you don't know how to tackle,
you're not going to play. Yeah.
Don't even think about playing the game.
Precision tackle too. God, that was beautiful. So yeah, I want him in that kickoff
That's
team.
Second nature. That's second nature to him.
Hey, I know. And he just went spot to go to.
They don't let him do it. They won't let him do it. He's a kicker. He's not.
Yeah.
Don't worry. He's not going to get hurt.
I was going to say he's a tough guy. He's
He'll
not
be
that
all right.
soft. Mitch could. We'll see. But Kyle's got to be worried about that, though, because who else is going to punt? We don't have another guy who can punt. Remember, was that Rob? Yeah, remember Robbie last year? I think Mitch was out for whatever reason for a couple of weeks or something, or a week. And and Robbie was kicking. Some of the worst punting you've ever seen. Wait. It was okay, but it wasn't Mitch powerful. So, yeah.
But,
Quarterback situation.
Now
we're going to be down. We're going to be brought back down to earth as far as talent is concerned next year, Tony. There's no way that mathematically
you reckon?
the 49ers would be under investigation. If the 49ers can maintain that squad after having paid Brock Purdy premium prices that quarterbacks are supposed to get as a franchise quarterback, I don't know. I can't imagine that.
Well, this is why people like the Kansas City Chiefs have had that problem for a while, haven't they?
About 2 years, ever since he got paid, actually.
Yeah,
they lost
so
Tyreek
you got
the very
to
next year. That's right.
Yeah, so you got to look at which position group grows on trees. You know what I mean? And which ones are rare as rocket horse poo-poo.
That's a good way to look at it. Well, definitely ain't the offensive line. Tony, the line, both lines, you got to be careful with that. Don't go getting too frugal with the spending on those lines.
That's what I'm saying, Ronbo. The lines, the trenches are important.
Yeah.
All right. Running, and it comes down to the way your coach coaches each position group as well. I mean, can he turn running backs into superstars? Can he turn receivers into superstars? In which case, if he can, well, they're the group. That's why the Chiefs got rid of Tyreek. Because they thought they could replace and still do the same job. Yeah.
Yep. But that had a lot to do with Patrick, though, didn't it? Because you can only turn water into wine. Running backs seem to be something that Bobby Turner can do well with. Oh, we got Christian McCaffrey now, so that's not a big concern. We need a couple of guys to back him up. Tony, that's a great question, though.
Minimum,
which rooms can you go leaner on?
Yeah, at the bare minimum, Rombo, to be competitive, in my eyes, you need an O-line, all right, and a quarterback. I mean, if the O-line gives the quarterback enough time to throw the ball, you're competitive. You're going to be competitive.
Automatically. Dak proved that when he had that offensive line.
He just has to get that ball to where it has to go accurately.
And be given enough time to do it. Exactly.
Then you obviously the defensive line. That's why I say, Rombo, I've got a friend over here, Jabbar. He's from the US. He's been living here for about 12 years.
And he's still watching NFL, right? Yeah.
And we always have this conversation. I go, bro, you've lived here now for 12 years. He goes, yeah. And we talk about the same thing that I've spoken to you, but because he's been here for 12 years and he's grown up in the States, big, tall, black dude, sexy-looking boy.
I knew as soon as you said Jabbar.
And I go, Tommy, could you get these NRL boys and put them over into the NFL? He goes, oh, yeah, heaps of them, lots of them, in all different kinds of positions. And I said, you know what? The thing is, they're cost effective. That's the beautiful part about it.
But initially they would be. Well, after they realize how they could dominate, because Penei Sewell isn't he? He's not from rugby leagues, but is he? Where is he from? I just realized he's Polynesian. But Penei, I've seen guys his size in the rugby leagues moving around like they were 6'2", 6'1", light on their feet, and there's a couple of guys. My God, he's huge, and at the speed he's moving, why would I step in front of him? God, no pads.
No, you wouldn't. Well, there used to be. There was this one guy that passed away. He used to play rugby. Not NRL rugby. He was a New Zealander.
Yeah.
He was 6'5", 6'5", Rombo, and in your 275 pounds, and could run the 100-meter sprint in 10.5 seconds.
Damn. Speed.
That's a big animal run, big beast coming at you.
And you measure the impact by speed and weight.
So if you wanted a downhill running back, what's wrong with that guy?
Well, see, what's his name is over there doing? He's pretty much that. He's not. I don't know if. How old is Derrick? I mean, how tall is Derrick Henry? Derrick Henry's made people make business decisions year after year. Not so much anymore because he's probably lost a little bit. But I've seen Derrick Henry carrying a ball in one hand and grab a man with one hand and twirl him around like a baton and then throw him out of the way. I said,
Derrick Henry's a big boy.
You got to be careful. If he's coming down the field like that, pretend like you're going after him, but don't be stupid. He could break your ribs. He could kill you. So
yeah, but see, then on the other side of that, we've got dudes that are like 5'8", and they'll tackle Derrick Henry one-on-one, head-on.
I've seen those. It's technique and faith in your technique.
That's right.
Yeah.
Technique. You know what I mean? But you just got to go through the position groups, and it all has to gel together. With the coach, what's he good at? What are these guys good at? Which players you can sacrifice? I mean, for me, running backs. For me, it's running backs and wide receivers. I mean, there's really all a wide receiver has to do is learn, be quick, fast, learn the playbook, and catch a ball. That's it.
He does have he has to have a certain level of talent, but you're right, because I don't want any of my defense to be skimmed on. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about at the basic level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
running back. Remember, your thing is right in line with Big Show.
A few years ago, running backs were dime a dozen. Who gave a rat's ass about a running back?
Well, they don't. That's why their price has been slashed so badly. I feel sorry for them, though. They take a lot of pain. But But Tony, we got to go. Oh, I tell you, it's always fun talking to you. I'll see you Sunday or your Monday.
Yep.
All right.
No worries, Robo. Shout out to all the family, and see you in the next one.
I can't wait. Looking forward to it. Cheers, Tony.
Cheers, brother.
6'5",
Shout
running a
out to
10-something 100 meters. You know, if his knees are just pumping, that's what you got, man. Even pads won't help you. Yo, hey, let's go to Atlanta, GA. Here's Trez. Trez.
Finally,
The
TNT has come back to
the
Ronbo.
Trez.
Ronbo, what's going on, man?
I mean, you know, every year the quarterback, whether he's worth a damn or not, if he's considered the franchise quarterback, he gets paid mad money. See, that's why I have to respect Jerry Jones. As Jerry said, yes, he is my franchise quarterback, but I'm not paying for a quarterback that can't take me any further than the first round of the playoffs.
Say it best. We go as far as Dak take us. They said, well, you was the first round exit. He said, well, we went as far as Dak took us.
Texas boy, don't come in and talking. You still got Cowboy fans. As a matter of fact, you run into Cowboy fans on occasion. They don't talk to me anymore, and they won't talk to me about football. If I try to engage and talk football, so how you guys looking this year? What? The Cowboys.
Stephen A. Smith said it best. They're the most delusional fan base known to man. Every year, football season starts. They start off hot. It's their year. It's our year. It's like clockwork.
Trez.
Stephen A. Smith said, what? Just be patient.
Just be patient. Try to find one now that wants to talk it. They quit. They did. Some of them quit. I imagine you're probably going to run into one here and there. But I know 3 that don't want to talk about football. And that's strange.
Man, I get to arguing with them at parties all the time. Ronbo, let's get down to our business here. Let's talk a little 49er business. I want to know who runs the show in San Francisco. Is it Cal? Is it Cal and John? Is it Jed? Like, I mean, didn't they give Cal all the rings to run the circus? Isn't he the grand master of the circus?
It looks like it does with that whip. Yeah.
I don't understand how we're not paying the people we're supposed to pay. Like, go ahead and get these extensions done, get these folks paid, get them out the way, man. Because like everybody's saying, the price is only gonna go up. It's only gonna go up. Now we done bull jobbed around with Aiyuk, and the prices went up. I think we could have got Aiyuk. What was the dude? I forgot what he said there. He said, we could have got Aiyuk for $28 million. Locked. He won't say St. Pierre Paul, whoever the dude from whoever his name is, from Detroit. He want that money.
Oh, right Ramon Brown. Yeah.
Right. But see, here's the problem though, Rumble. Here's the problem. Cal stand up for his guys, right? Yeah. Is Aiyuk one of Cal's guys? Because if he is, why isn't the head coach / grandmaster of the circus not saying, hey, man, get the deal done. I need my receiver in camp with the quarterback. No, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not understanding this.
You need to know, though, from what you just said, Brandon is not part of the Cabo clique. No, he's not.
Yeah, that's what I know. But here's the thing, though. Here's the light switch to that. Light switch off with Kyle, but the light switch is on with Purdy. It's Batman and Robin.
Yeah, good point.
Debo is not Robin. Debo should be the one on the outside looking, on the inside looking out. We should
Debo was his boy, though.
We should be getting rid of Debo right now. Yeah. The gimmick man done gimmicked out. You know what I mean? We don't win as far as we can go with Debo. And it's time for Debo to go. So you need when you look at the league itself, every quarterback has his go-to guy, that combination. These are 2 young studs that we need to keep together. And that's Aiyuk and that's Brock Purdy. Debo is the odd man out. Point blank, period. I'm not understanding this. We're gonna have to get him paid. We're gonna have to get Purdy paid. Like, get the guys paid, man. Quit bull jiving around. Get them paid where it don't skyrocket like it's skyrocketing today with them dummies down there handing over that kind of money to that guy down there in Jacksonville. That don't make sense. That makes no sense. Sunshine got that kind of money. Sunshine got that kind of money, Ronbo, and I call him Sunshine for Remember the Title. You remember that's what I call him, Sunshine. But Sunshine got that kind of money, don't even deserve it. Them numbers he got are pedestrian numbers. Hell, I think Trey Lance's number looks better than his.
Yeah, they were.
And he ain't played no football.
They were okay,
so,
but they weren't that special that he be getting the highest
no,
paid
they're not
quarterback
okay,
in
Ronbo.
NFL
They below
history.
average.
Yeah,
they're actually below average. They actually Jimmy,
Trevor,
way below Jimmy's. I mean, you look at the guys who getting paid. Gardner Minshew is getting paid. This stuff don't make sense.
Wait.
Like
I didn't know about Gardner. What did he get paid?
He got paid a decent amount for backup. What was going?
Oh yeah,
a serviceable quarterback at best. I mean, get in there, get on the high street, win you a couple games, carry the team through a rough period of time, but. So was Fitzpatrick, Magic Fitzpatrick. He was that kind of quarterback, but he didn't get paid. It's like, come on, man, get these guys done, get them out the way.
Yeah, but Tristan, when are they going to start? When is the NFL? When are the owners going to wake up and say, "Listen, we don't need everybody has to match a standard with the quarterbacks. You pay your quarterback what you think he's worth." It's a problem now, and they've created this problem now where a guy could be worth he ain't nothing, nobody special.
It should be a proven league, though, Ronbo.
Yes, I need a formula.
It should be a proven league. Yeah, it should be a proven league. It should be if you can post a resume that says you should get paid, then you should get paid.
To be paid, right?
Bottom line, if you've been to, let's just say this, you say like in 5 years, you posted one NFC Championship appearance, one Super Bowl appearance.
Now you get paid
and knocked out the first round in the last 3 rounds of those other 3 years.
Aaron Rodgers.
You still should get paid, Ronbo. You have produced.
That's
you
true.
know what I'm saying? Like, you should get paid.
This is what I'm
But
saying.
these guys that's out here that can't get it done, guys.
No, just out
Come
there.
on, bro.
And because
that was an epic fail in
remember, he's a first round pick
last year.
Yeah. But
the boy started out hot, ended up cold. You know what I mean? Like, how did that happen? And then people want to say another thing too. How did the NFL line rankings that came out ranked us 10th best on offensive line? I don't get that one.
I last year they gave us a rating that I thought was a little strange. They ranked us too high. Now PFF says we ain't worth a damn. I don't know.
But we 10th, Rumble. But I'm saying that ain't bad.
Well,
that ain't bad. Ain't bad as we make it to be. What I'm saying is the fans. I think we need to take a seat back with what we're saying, because guess what? We've been in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
We've been in the Super Bowl twice. We've been into some top tier games with a serviceable line.
Yeah, Jalen's listen, don't say anything about them Super Bowls. But you know what? 22 teams, 21. Yeah, am I right? 21 teams have a worse offensive line than we do. See, that just goes to show you how bad the NFL is. Offensive linemen are not plentiful. They're just not.
They're not. But to get the guys that are serviceable in your scheme, the scheme you're running, now that speaks volume as far as Kyle Shanahan is concerned. Because, if you're working with scraps, but damn it, you got the scraps working best you can, with just a couple of hiccups here and there. Where do we need a right tackle then? If we getting by, getting us to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I mean?
Kyle has the same thing. Bill Belichick, Brady got rid of the ball quick. He had some questionable offensive lines. So nowadays, quarterbacks got to get the ball out of his hands. That's why the schemes are changing from what they did 10, 15, 20 years ago. You can't stand back there and have a cigarette and call your girlfriend or wife or anybody and then throw the ball. You got to get that ball in your hands right now. So
Yeah.
The offensive lines are going to, pretty soon they're not going to get paid any money either. Because no matter who they are, they're not going to be worth a damn. As long as he's big.
To me, they got they got the position groups being paid wrong, in my opinion.
I agree.
The trenches should be paid more than you out here paying some of these other positions, bro. I'm sorry.
And Dak is going to get paid. If he gets paid next year, Trevor, you know how much money Dak's going to get? And all of us going to say, now, you know what? That's a damn shame. Dak's getting paid how much? Oh. No. That's what's wrong now.
But Rumbo. Dak's a hell of a quarterback in the regular season. The regular season. You know, people lie, numbers don't. Let's keep it real.
No, I just want to say one thing about that, though. Dak, he does not beat a team over 500 even during the regular season. Dak somehow has weaved through and had the numbers fall just to play less than 500 teams he plays. He beats them. If the team's over 500, Dak is most likely going to lose.
You know he don't make the schedule, though. But he don't make the schedule.
But
is it his fault that what is put in front of him? Is it his fault? No.
No,
it's not.
That's true.
He got to suit up. He got to go play the game. You know what I mean? So it ain't his fault. You know. So that's how I look at that. But let me ask you this: one more thing before we go. The NFL slapping the Falcons on the wrist for a damn for tampering, but they go and throw the book at us. Make it make sense, bro.
I don't get it. That's the 5th-round pick. Ooh. The Falcons are probably laughing. Yeah, you want a 6th-round too?
Because they don't do because the Falcons don't do no damage in the 5th and 6th round. They don't do nothing in those rounds. We do, but they don't. But I'm like, come on, bro.
Listen, if the league is so pissed off,
paperwork.
You know,
you talking about the Falcons paperwork?
I don't. You know. But I'm just laughing at them. Ooh, that really hurt their feelings. I bet 5th-round pick. They don't care. Anyway, Trez, I'll see you Sunday.
All right, Rumbo. Have a good one, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to the chat. You know, TNT. We here.
There you go. And I'll see you Sunday, Trevor. I love hearing from you. We get to hear from Trevor. It's always a treat to get from Trez because Trez, he's always watching, he's observing, but he's always getting involved. Trez, appreciate that, fam. Talk to you later.
All right, Rumbo. Have a great one. Okay.
You too. And speaking of TNT, one of the most recent members, actually, is, it's a big show.
Recent members? I'm actually a founding father. What are you talking about?
Well, you know what? You were one of the guys that came on before the group sort of like lessened up. What's that? What's that?
Show was the first TNT
recruit
member.
Oh, were you the first?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Very first.
That's right, huh? Because Show used to come in there and slap everybody, and TNT loved it. In fact, you were going to set the precedent, and still carries on that tradition now.
And people like to cry about it. Oh, he hurts my feelings.
Show,
but anyways,
the thing is, you're again, you're on the right page. You're looking at this quarterback situation; it's growing, and that number's
and it's going to continue to grow.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. God knows how long it's going to be next year. At this particular time,
it's going to inflate even more, and it's going to scare the hell out of me even more.
Well, yeah, you're not going to be by yourself there. We're all going to be wondering, okay, how are we going to do this? That's the first.
I don't know how they are going to do that, or if they are even going to do that now, given the number that they saw with Trevor Lawrence.
No, but Trevor Lawrence is they're not. 49ers aren't going to let Brock leave.
You never say never, Ronbo.
Listen, Trevor is like Trent Baalke's. Although with Trent, I'm trying to understand how that happened too. You know how he is, unless he's changed.
But explain to me why Trevor Lawrence doesn't deserve this contract.
No,
Go ahead.
He does, and based upon how things are being done now, he does deserve it. I'm just saying, if I were going to go and say, okay, well, based on your performance, this, and this, Trevor, let's get you 45, or okay, tell you what, let's go 48, and what do you think? Because 60 mil.
You know, if that were going to give those numbers to Brock, he would probably walk out.
I bet he wouldn't. Brock Purdy does not seem like the kind of guy.
45 million? Are you kidding me? Oh, Ronbo, what makes
they,
the money? What makes the world go round?
No, I'm just saying if he does well this year, you're not going to pay him 40 anything because Dak gets paid 40.
What if he doesn't do well this year? What if he does
that's another
this
argument
year?
right
Because
there.
now the team has him on film. Now other teams have him on film, and what if he gets injured?
They had him on film last year.
Those are all factors because he doesn't have an injury history.
Well, Trevor has. I mean, Lawrence has the same. You can say that about every quarterback in the league. That's a franchise quarterback. That doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Not with our. They don't match up to our team with the injury histories that we have.
No, that's another story though. Injuries are always going to ruin a team. I mean, and no matter who you are.
And also, I'd like for you to explain to me what team in the NFL pays their quarterback $200 million guaranteed, $55 million a year annually. That contributed and helped. The blame's not all on him. But what losing Super Bowl quarterback do you know that gets that kind of money?
None actually. It's losing Super Bowl. Oh, Stafford. No, not Stafford. Wait a minute. Who just? Oh, Jared Goff. Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, look what they did to him. They traded him.
Yeah, you just mentioned open up a can there. There are some quarterbacks that are getting paid, and doesn't make sense. Kirk Cousins probably made more money in the NFL than any other quarterback when you look at all his contracts put together, including the franchise tags.
Look at how many teams he's been on.
Yeah,
because of his contract, and he's not. Is he a great Is he a good quarterback? Serviceable quarterback?
No, he's good, but I mean, he doesn't get marginal paychecks though. Kirk, wherever he goes, Kirk gets huge money, and a lot of quarterbacks come in for like half that price and try to get, but not Kirk. Kirk comes in. Well, you know my fee.
This quarterback market scares me. It truly does, because I fear that if we do this to Brock Purdy, we're not going to be able to afford a team around him. Now, would you rather have a team for the next 10 years that'll keep you in playoff contention for the next 10 years?
Remember how they manipulate numbers. You got to remember
I don't want to hear that. No, I don't want to hear that.
It's cap hit versus AP. It's not the same thing.
You can't pay everybody and
they're going to lose some people. Success. And matter of fact, I want to know, what do you think is expendable?
We aren't going to be able to find a partner for Nick Bosa. We aren't going to find partners for Fred Warner. We aren't going to be able to.
No, you have to draft these people.
A damn good left tackle.
No, you have to get better in the draft.
How are we going to afford them?
No, okay. Bosa's already paid
$55 million annually a year.
So his
that is 20% of the cap.
Who's on the other side of Nick Bosa? Leonard Floyd's got a 2-year contract, right? So these guys are already paid.
Okay, and what if he doesn't stay all of his 2 years? What if he gets injured?
No, I mean, I could say that about everybody on the roster. That's just the nature of the game.
And then what can we afford? We can't really afford shit to replace them with.
No, because that money's already been allocated. You just have to hope you don't get injured. That every team in the league has that same problem.
I would just pump the brakes a little bit and let's see where the season goes with Brock, and if he shows any signs of regression or gets injured, then I would take a step back and maybe reevaluate the contract.
And if he doesn't accept it, what's your next step?
If he doesn't accept what?
Whatever your cutback's going to be.
Well, I just laid out the cutback. I just laid out what has to happen. If he shows any signs of regression, or if he gets injured, then you need to really seriously reevaluate that decision of whether or not you're going to pay him or not much money for the near future. Because to me, I would keep the quarterback cheap for as long as possibly as I can. I would draft one, because Kyle can get us there. I have no doubt about that. I'd rather keep a team for the next 5 to 10 years, and be successful and be in the playoffs every single year. But if we do that, if we overpay our quarterback and we have to lose a bunch of guys because of that, I don't know.
But remember, your quarterback's really only going to be a burden to your cap for maximum of 2 years, especially if you sign him long term, right? So That's just a groove you have to get through.
$55 million annually. That is exactly what Trevor Lawrence is getting. It's not just for 2 years. That is every year that he's there.
Yeah, no, but
that's going to hurt them. They're going to lose a bunch of players.
Yeah, but you're not a bunch. You're going to use 2 or 3, but you spread those payments out over a long period of time. The cap is a lot less.
How do you spread? It's still a lot of money, though, Ronbo.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's cheap, but I mean,
they gave him $200 million guaranteed.
The magnitude. Looking at that number is not.
That is huge.
Well, yeah, it is, but it's not as bad as it looks, as far as that goes. They could still make that.
We'll see about that.
Okay, how about this? He's getting Brandon Aiyuk's cap hit now is more vicious now than it would be if they gave him the money he's asking for. You know, that's the way it works.
If we already decided to pay Brock Purdy after this year, then you could get Brandon Aiyuk to buy.
No, Deebo Samuel. They're not getting rid of Brandon Aiyuk.
No, Debo's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
Kyle Shanahan loves Debo. He's part of Kyle Shanahan's family.
Kyle is cutthroat when it comes to that kind of thing. If he's going to stay with the players, he's going to help him.
Brandon Aiyuk is winning north of $30 million a year. You're telling me you're going to have over $80 million in office? Actually, more than $80 million because Christian McCaffrey's getting $19 million a year.
No. It's not that bad.
I don't know, man.
It's not that.
I don't know. This just freaked me out. Like that market's going to inflate even more. There's guys that are going to get paid more than $55 million a year.
Yeah. So we did it. I love when we argue. The clock just runs out. This is the kind of fun thing. When every time I'm sitting on my computer, 2-3 hours goes by. I didn't feel it. But can we have some more fun on Sunday? Okay.
For sure, always, man. Always. Shout out to everyone.
All right.
All right. Take care, y'all. Have a great night.
You
Take
too.
care.
The 49 Brian, be nice. All right. I can't. I always throw the flag on show though. 15 yards for unsportsmanlike conversation. You know. Ellis.
Well, I'm Bizzle.
Ellis.
Excited.
Doing, you know how we do. You know, we every now and then. I'm trying to think of the last time we all unanimously agreed on it. I think we all agreed that Trevor Lawrence is overpaid, and this is a trend that's continuing to go on year after year in the NFL. And we've been right about it every year, just about, except in the case of maybe Patrick Mahomes. Herbert is pretty much overpaid. Who else is getting mad money? But, you know, this is the way the way it's set up. But Deshaun Watson is the biggest criminal in the game. But you know what? It's set up this way, and this is something I can't believe they don't do a little legislation on. Somebody in the chat said, put a cap on them quarterbacks' pay and stop this. Because it's going to if the cap doesn't expand every year, some teams are going to be ruined. And we could be one of them, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it doesn't look like. Brock's spot.
Ellis, your voice is coming in real faint. Oh, I can hear that.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, it's good now. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, he's grossly overpaid.
Mm-hmm.
And all that's going to do is mean that, you know, Brock's going to he's going to call for, you know,
$60 million minimum.
53, 55 minimum.
Well, Trevor's getting 55, right? AP. But APY is one thing, but you know what? The figures just have to look, because that's what Brandon's problem is. He looks at Amon St. Huh? Trevor? Yeah. He's got a $200 million guarantee.
I know. I saw that. $148 million at signing.
And that's the promise figured, 142. So
140 something.
I said 142. I say, man, Trevor, boy, you living right, ain't you?
Yeah.
Look at that. You know you ain't worth that much money.
Man, he got like what? 16 interceptions? Was that this or turnovers this past season? 16 turnovers himself, between fumbles and interceptions alone. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of crazy. He is good, but boy, oh boy.
60 million? 55?
Boy, oh boy.
No, about that. There's a lot of guys like that, though. Too many. So where's this going is what I want to know, Ellis. What is...
Cowboys are going to be in trouble.
They got 4 or 5 guys they haven't even paid yet.
Yeah.
All of them need big money, too.
You think Dax is gonna take below $55 million a year?
That's why Jerry changed his phone number and doesn't call Dak, because they know they got to have that conversation sooner or later. But we'll be happy though to see Brock get paid. If we go in and win that Super Bowl next year with all that talent he's got, which is going to make it difficult for the rest of the league to stop the 49ers as was last year. Now, you got to tell, what are you going to tell Brock? You got to get rid of him? You'd be the most unpopular ownership in football history.
Yeah, I mean, one thing we don't have to worry about is having a questionable-ass overpaid quarterback.
Not yet.
Brock will have his... Well, Brock's not questionable.
Anything could go wrong. Injury or something like that. But yeah, Brock's solid.
And he's not. Yeah, and he's not overpaid. Even when he gets his contract, if that's what the market is, man, he's gonna
entitled.
He's gonna get that if he comes anywhere. If he goes NFC CG or wins a Super Bowl next year, man. Oh. It's
endorsements,
it's gonna be a happy
rich man. Oh my God, he's gonna get attention. He's gonna do all the talk show circuit. Well, Brock, you were the irrelevant guy a few years ago, and now look at you now. You own any yachts or anything yet? Now you're sitting on top of the world. The last guy picked in the draft. You're gonna inspire everybody out there that whatever you please to do, you can do it. No, God, Brock's gonna be holding syrup. Yeah. God.
Yeah, he's gonna. I think he'll be like at least 6 years. His contract will be 5 minimum, but
at least
6 years.
5 minimum. Agreed.
So which is good because they can find a way to move some money around and make some things happen, but. There will be, if it's not Aiyuk, Debo won't be on this team past this year. I just don't see
not both of them next year.
Being possible.
I think Debo's out here.
Debo wants to get paid.
So good that they think they can. No, Aiyuk should be getting paid the most, fam. Show might be on to something again. If Ricky Pearsall comes in and just lights it up, they might. I used to get paid now. Debo is definitely, there's a lot of reasons why Debo's out of here. I really think so.
And isn't he, so he just doesn't have guaranteed money, so we could actually trade Debo and get some money for him.
Yeah.
We can actually get something for him after even after a full season, right? Because he's still under contract another year after this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, we got to get something for him. So hopefully he goes crazy. And we can get a first-round pick, or get like 2, picks or something, get a first round, even a mid to late first round, and, get like a third and a fifth or something like that.
Yeah. Because I figured maximum second round. But maybe.
He still got over 1,000 all-purpose yards last year, so if he does that again this year.
True, but people just hate giving up first-round picks these days.
I don't know why. Shit, they're not all working out. A lot of the league is, getting, nobody's really hitting on the first round picks like that.
So you might as well give it up.
There's a few scattered ones. I was watching Jaden Daniels doing some drills the other day. Man, he looks good. He looks good. That kid from LSU over there in Washington, man.
I know they redid his contract. Is that a rookie contract? I thought that was illegal. He's getting paid a lot. 30-something. Yeah. Well, I guess it's not all that much.
That's what Trey's contract was 30-something.
They made such a big deal out of it. I thought that was above board. Right.
Yeah. No. That's routine for those. For those first through third, first through fifth. Round picks. they get buku money from the gate now. So.
And hold out. And Ricky hasn't signed yet either.
He still hasn't signed.
No. I don't understand.
It's the guarantees. It must be the guarantees. It has to be.
And the 49ers, they have some things in the
he could
contract.
have been a second-round pick. I don't know what the hell's wrong with him. He needs to calm down.
I know.
His ass could have been picked in the second round.
If you're
I'm saying he could have been a second-round pick, and he wouldn't have such a goal to want to be holding out. I ain't mad at him trying to get his little guarantee money from him to giddy up. But it's like, man, don't play like that coming straight into the league like you're a 10-year veteran and shit, trying to make sure you can get your squeeze the juice. Like, you just got in, so you should be confident enough to know that you're going to get at least minimum of 2 big paydays after your rookie contract. You should already have your mindset on that. Like, you haven't even planted, set your feet on the ground yet.
Coming in
played a few seasons.
Doing a Michael Crabtree. No, we don't. I don't even care to see that again. So yeah.
Hell no, don't do that. Please don't do that. Ricky's, he's gonna mess around and lose a lot of love if he starts acting up like that. That can.
Agents be clowning. I often wonder, as we be looking at the player, I wonder if the agent in there showing his butt, and you call Ricky up. No, man, I would have signed 2 weeks ago. Okay, I'm just telling you. My agent thinks he knows what he's doing. I'm about to call him off too. I bet you, how many times do you think those guys entertain that? I bet because they want to play ball. They're not interested in all that dragging that out. Because agents are greedy. Because it's all about him too. I mean, my client's getting paid, but percentages on this, I'm gonna get paid if you guys do this and take this little sentence out of this contract right now, or this conversation's over. Agents are nasty people. They really are. So
Yeah, they're like lawyers. You know what I mean? It's like you can't talk, you can't really say nothing. You gotta let them do everything, and whatever. So they got the players have limitations, but there is some things that they could do because they could easily fire them and say, "Hey, look, man, you're messing up my introduction to the NFL." Like,
one of our guys did do that.
I'm okay.
Recently,
yeah.
Who did that? It wasn't Nick. Somebody did pull the agent off. I can't remember who that was.
Yeah, it does ring a bell, but I can't remember which player that was. That's a good question.
Anyway, whoever it was, we're not having any problems with that anymore. So, Nick, fam, we go roll. I tell you what, I'm Ellis. I'm gonna see you Sunday and see what else is cooking in Ninerville.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good, man. Shout out to the faithful. Y'all know what it is, man. Hit that like and subscribe. Shout out production. Thank you both for the platform, man.
Thanks, Ellis.
Shout out to the family. Y'all know what it is, man. Shout out to real Chris Hampton in the chat. And
let's say happy
shout
birthday
out
to
Tony
Michael.
Wright on my Tony tones. Happy birthday to who?
Michael Castanzano. I was anyway, Nikita's dad.
Oh, okay. Okay. Shout out to Michael. Yeah. Happy birthday. And man, shout out to Papa D and the Dragon Clan. Shout out to y'all know who you are, man. Evan, shout out show, man. We gonna be all right, man. Shout out Donna and Tanisha. Shout out Frank. You know what I mean? Filet of fishes, or we need some grilled salmon. Yeah. We need some grilled salmon sandwiches for Father's Day, Frank. So come on through, man. All right, I'm going.
All right,
yes, sir.
I'll see you Sunday. Night, fam. Yeah, Michael. Pronounce it. Let me know, Michael, next time. Catanzaro. Michael, that's really. Is that Sicilian? Catanzaro. Hey, Tony, ATL.
Ronbo, good evening and happy birthday, Michael. I just sent you a shout out in the chat. Happy birthday shout out to Michael Catanzaro.
I see that. Yeah. Well, Tony, so many headlines went around. Hey, the Washington, he's a quarterback over in Washington, right? What's his name? The kid that just got drafted?
Jaden Daniels, the Heisman Trophy winner.
Did he get paid anything unusual? They made a big deal out of it on Bleacher Report, as if it were because rookies can only go so far. Your first round pick, your quarterback, the amount is already set, right?
Yeah, I didn't see the numbers. I seen that he signed, but I didn't see the numbers.
Yeah, because that's why they was hooping it up. I said, "Oh, is this unusual?" Because he just got drafted. Why are they making a big deal of this? He was eventually going to sign anyway. I think. Well, you know what? It's a fashion. When you get drafted in NFL, don't sign right away. Don't make them think. You make them think that they're lucky they got you. I guess. Because first round picks are always.
He's going to be good.
You think so?
He's going to do better than Dak Prescott.
Terradome says. I saw Terradome said he's the best quarterback in the draft this year. You agree with that?
That's possible. That's possible because I like him too. I do like Penix, but Penix isn't going to play for a couple of years, and I like Bo Nix. Watch what Bo Nix does in Denver.
Oh yeah,
he under Sean Payton's tulip.
I forgot.
Watch what Bo Nix does.
Wait, Nix is the guy that
J.J. McCarthy's going to be above it.
Yeah, oh yeah. But Nix is the guy you're talking about that throws into hurricanes and everything else with accurate passes, right? What a man!
Yeah.
Hell, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, which one can throw into all kind of weather conditions? Your guy.
That was Penix, the one we got. Penix.
Yeah.
Yep. So that was the one that was in the championship game and lost to Michigan.
Oh.
A lot of Washington players got drafted. We even got their edge rusher in the third round. He's a second-round grade. Braylon Trice, who I think is going to be a rookie steal. Braylon Trice. I'm going to be talking
second-round
about
edge rusher?
him all year.
Automatically, he's got potential.
Ronbo, these quarterbacks, you were talking a couple of calls back, these quarterback salaries, and I'm going to add on these receiver salaries are getting outrageous.
Yep.
Getting outrageous, Ronbo. It's the market's going to go up. Y'all need to get Brock Purdy paid now.
I know, right?
It's going to go up.
They can't extend. I bet the 49ers are having trouble. If it wasn't for having to sign Brock Purdy, I bet they would entertain that at least.
Yeah.
Because why wait till next year when that premium is going to go up? And it's going to go up a lot between now and this time next year. There must be 2 or 3 quarterbacks that have yet to get paid. I know of 2, and there must be more between now and next year, right? So it can get out of hand. It's already out of hand.
And if they pay Tua, if Miami pays Tua Tagovailoa a lot, that top dollar, they're making a big mistake because I don't think he's all there. I think they can get another quarterback. That's why they paid them 2 receivers. I don't think they're going to pay Tua.
Waddle and Hill?
Yeah. Remember, they just paid Waddle. They already paid Hill.
Yeah, paid Waddle big-time money.
Yeah, so why would they
people
pay
are talking
Tua
about
Tagovailoa?
People are talking about Waddle's pay too, and I just realized, okay, you know what? Tua's supposed to get paid. Tyreek's already taking a huge part of that cap. They got a couple other players too, don't they? Don't they have a defender that's getting paid pretty well as well?
Probably do. Christian Wilkins, they lost him to free agency.
Yeah.
He signed with the Raiders.
A cornerback. Do they have a cornerback that's any good? Oh, hey, is Jalen Ramsey still over there?
Yeah, that bomb's still over there. Overrated. He's overrated, man.
Now he is.
You could beat him on any good day. Yeah,
he's lost the step.
He was overrated in the Super Bowl when T. Higgins was torching him.
I mean, T took his face and threw him in the dirt. I loved it. I said, boy.
They got Bradley Chubb, Ronbo. Remember Bradley Chubb, the outside linebacker, edge rusher?
That's right.
In Miami. Yeah.
Miami's actually got a good team.
They got him, so.
They just can't play in cold
weather.
Yeah.
And Calais Campbell yesterday signed with them, Ronbo. I kind of knew we weren't going to get Calais Campbell back.
Miami?
Yep.
Calais is in Miami? Okay.
Yeah, he signed a 1-year deal with Miami.
Yeah, Calais is semi-retired, but he'll play 1 year here, 1 year there. I don't know how much longer he's going to go along with that.
Yeah, exactly. This is his swan song. He got his 100th sack with us. Now he's just gonna finish it off by playing one more year. Miami, that's his hometown too. I found out. So.
Oh. And and Miami's good. They're a good club. I mean, on paper they look good. But
good.
Yeah.
They're not going to be better than Baltimore or Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh's going to be really good. Going to fool some people.
Oh, the AFC is just my God, that's a scary place. Ooh. But you know what? They were supposed to be good the year before last
year.
What? We said about...
Yeah. Good thing about the AFC is they get to beat up on each other before the Super Bowl.
And only one can come out. Yep. But remember when the AFC West looked like Murderer's Row? I mean, they just, God, Russell Wilson was supposed to be good that year. The Raiders had what the Raiders had done, but they had added some pieces. And then, of course, the other two teams, the Chargers. Who else is in the West? One other team.
Denver,
yeah. Hey, that was Russie just got there, right? So they were supposed to be that. The AFC West was supposed to be tough. They were one of the worst divisions in the league that year.
I don't want to scare you, Ronbo, what I'm about to tell you.
Uh-oh.
You remember 2 years ago, the year that Prescott led the league in interceptions? the same year,
how could I forget it?
2022,
yeah.
Seattle was giving up 200-yard rushers. Remember that? Josh Jacobs got up for 200 plus.
Yeah.
So Josh Jacobs is now a Packer.
No, I remember he signed, and I was crying about that.
Yeah.
You know, they got rid of the guy that was doing a good job. Smith?
Yeah, where did he go? Where did he go? The guy that they had.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But wherever he went, they were delighted. Didn't he go to the? No, he didn't go to the Raiders, because that would have been a weird switch.
He was good too. No, he didn't go to the Raiders. What's that kid's name? They had, but that was a good move by the Packers signing Josh Jacobs.
But anyway,
the AFC in rushing in 2020.
But they're running back towards
Aaron Jones.
Jones, I'm sorry,
Jones is good.
Hey, Jones, he beat our ass so bad, and Cowboys don't even want to hear about no Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, if anything, Cowboys should have went after Aaron Jones. Jones tore us apart in that playoff game. So I think they just wanted to get younger, I guess. So Jacobs is younger, but Jacobs is tough. I know.
Jacobs is a baller. Yep. Jacobs is a baller. So watch out for Green Bay, man. Watch out for Detroit. And
I give you credit for that last year.
In the NFC, it's you guys, Green Bay, and Detroit.
You know,
and Philly just a tad below. Until
I get rid of Sirianni, I'm gonna stop being scared. But I told you last year we were both right though about Green. You were right about Green Bay. I did not see that coming.
You were right about Detroit.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I've been afraid of Detroit for 2 years. I seen things I didn't really feel comfortable about. People say, "Oh man, we got Detroit. We'll be all right." Shh, man, y'all better. I'm telling you right now, I don't want anything to do with Detroit in the first round. That was the year before last. And who beat them? Did the Rams beat them? Who beat Detroit that first year before last?
Well, they missed the playoffs. They missed the playoffs.
They missed the playoffs, and I was so delighted. I said, guys, you don't understand. They're built to beat the 49ers. I just knew they were. And they almost did. They were stupid enough to think they needed to start throwing the ball, and that's how they got beat.
I hate to say this, Ronbo, but if they'd have kept running, remember they fumbled, and y'all got that quick touch, and they fumbled their own in. They panicked and started throwing. If they'd have went back to running, I don't think y'all would have won.
No. And that's why I was so grateful that okay, go ahead. Throw the ball, Jared. Because was it two running backs? They start tag teaming on the 49ers. One would climb under the rope and start beating us up. The other would climb out, and the other would climb in and continue to beat us up. There was nothing the 49ers could do defensively. We didn't have anything to stop the run game to begin with in that game, and they took full advantage of it. And all of a sudden, the coach says, "Throw the ball!" Yes. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. There it is. Okay.
Yep. David Montgomery and Jamar Gibbs. They're going to be a terror again this year, too.
Oh,
yep.
Man.
They're going to be a terror this year. So we got to all of us got to watch them and got to stop them.
49ers better have it. They better have a run game ready, a run defense this year. Last year, man, that was just ridiculous. Teams running up 100-plus yards 2 and 3 weeks in a row. That's just not normal.
I wasn't used to seeing that.
Nobody was.
I'm shocked at this.
Yeah.
Well,
ooh, damn. And we'll be ready this year. You got some running backs, too. Man, you guys are going to compete this year.
Tyler
Saints,
Algier and Bijan Robinson.
The Saints
everybody's talking about Bijan Robinson as the next Christian McCaffrey.
Ooh.
You seen Bijan Robinson play, haven't you?
Yeah.
The moves.
Just a little bit. I saw a clip of him.
Moves, yep.
But Algier was tough. Like, you know what? The Saints have no idea what's coming to them. This would be funny. They probably do.
I'm gonna love it.
They probably have an idea.
I'm gonna love it. I hope Carolina takes over the Saints and puts the Saints in the cellar. That's what I'm hoping.
Wouldn't that be funny? The almighty Saints finally hit rock bottom.
Something else would be funny. If the Giants, I think the Commanders are gonna be good. Not the Cowboys down in the cellar. That's what I want to see. I want the Cowboys down.
And have Texas boy coming in posting up Dak's stats. Tex.
He did it again tonight.
I saw it.
Ronbo, we ran him out of the chat tonight.
I put the
Sharice Armstead. Me and Sharice Armstead, and there was another guy, Frisco Native 415. He ran his ass out of the chat. He would not. I said, Texas boy, we see his stats. Post up his numbers from the playoff game. He keeps ignoring me every time I say.
I don't know why he comes in
Kept
here.
ignoring me.
He knows he's gonna get stomped on. He still comes in and makes a spectacle of himself. Oh yeah, Aaron Jones. We got you.
We talked about when Arizona beat them, Ronbo. Remember when Arizona smashed them? I said, hey, isn't a quarterback that beat y'all ran up and down? That's the 49ers backup quarterback now, Joshua Dobbs. Texas boys had to have a comeback on that. I said, oh, Rondell Moore, the receiver that touched y'all. Guess what, Texas boy? Rondell Moore is now a Falcon. We traded our quarterback Desmond Ridder for him. So you're going to see Rondell Moore again when y'all come to Atlanta.
And did you remind him that Jordan Love and company ran them out of Texas?
almost put up 50 points. I said, hey, Texas boy, what was his stat? He will not talk about that. I said, he even talked about the Falcons not making the playoffs. I said, yeah, Texas boy, you're right. We haven't made the playoffs since 2017. Now I'm answering your question. Now answer mine. Put up Dak's stats in that playoff game. He will ignore me every time.
Tell him we gotta get up out of here. I'm gonna tell you what though. I'm gonna see you Sunday and let's talk some more football.
Yes, sir. There was a couple of news items today, but I'll talk to you about it on Sunday because I got to set them up.
Because I definitely want to know.
Details.
Because I definitely want to know.
Yes, sir.
Bring it back Sunday. All right, Tony. Have a great night.
We got to stop this quarterback and receiver pay, Ronbo. It's getting outrageous.
I can't imagine the owners not thinking about that. Anyway, all right.
Yes, sir.
All right, Tony.
I'll see you Sunday, sir.
Looking forward.
Take care.
You too. Oh God. But think about how dull life would be without your Texas boys. Your marketing pros, even what's his name? What is that other guy that the worst quarterback and one of the worst quarterbacks ever? Ramelia also, and that guy. What's his name? Oh God. Anyway, you got to have certain trolls are actually a source of entertainment. Then we're gonna go. Thanks for coming in tonight, fam. I really appreciate you. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done that, so we can notify, so you can send that notification, so you can get back in here and join us again and call in. We'd definitely love to talk to you. And like when you leave, I'll see you Sunday. Have a great weekend. A Happy birthday, Michael.